Hello, friends. Thank you for coming back for another episode of the podcast. This week's beer of the week is called Florida Cracker by Cigar City Brewing of Tampa Bay, Florida. The Cracker Cowboys of Florida were colonial-era settlers, often of Scots-Irish descent, who arrived in Florida when Spain traded their territory of La Florida to the English. The term cracker in Florida use relates to the whip these cow hunters used to herd cattle in Florida's palmetto prairies. So, we're all just a bunch of cattle whips, I guess.
Yeah, but that's also why black people call white people cracker. So...
Okay, I get it now.
Bad choice in beer, sir.
We brew Florida Cracker White Ale with unmalted wheat, orange peel, and coriander, and then ferment it with a Belgian yeast strain to give it spicy and dry finish. Perfect for a warm day on the Palmetto Prairie. This beer has a 5.5 ABV and a 3.54 bottle cap rating on Untappd.com. This is a very good beer. I'm not gonna lie, for a Belgian white.
White people would say that.
I don't think this is a poor choice in beer. The name, it's just, they called it a Florida Cracker as in like, this is where they, Tampa Bay is,
White people beer.
Tampa Bay is a region where they use these whips to drive cattle, not slaves.
Some would say that they would call the slaves cattle. Just saying. They sold them at auction like cattle.
Oh, this beer review went south really quick. So some would say south to Florida. Who knows? Maybe in the Tampa Bay area. Go and get some of this Belgian white ale, whose name I shall not say again.
Go Devil
By
Rays.
Cigar City Brewing. We did a beer review a few weeks ago during the month of October for one of their pumpkin beers. This is a very good beer. Hence, regardless of the name. This is a very good Belgian wild style beer. So go and get some Cigar City Brewing beer today. Go and get some of this Florida white person beer. And let's get in the episode with a dear friend and the first original guest on the podcast, Mr. Sam Bob Patrick. Now let's get into the episode. Welcome to the studio, Sam Bob. The first ever guest on the podcast. It is great to have you back.
The
original.
And
I didn't know we were recording.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, we gotta do a second take.
Hey, I've learned my fucking lesson.
We're not doing a second take.
We're not doing a second take.
We're not doing a second take because the last time
I can just take it out.
Yeah, we can just take whatever out. Because the last time you went into the first time you ever had oral with somebody. And was it oral? It was oral.
It was oral.
Okay.
I remember because I listened to Jake's podcast and that was the first thing.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I'm not gonna do that. That's not how Jake talks, but that's how...
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That is how Jake talks. He just goes, I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, it's like a mumble whisper.
Yeah.
But, the first time, we learned our lesson because you just came right out and started talking about it.
Yeah.
We weren't recording, and then you couldn't get the laugh back because it already fucking passed.
So, I'm not making that mistake again.
So, welcome back, Sam Bob. First
Thank
ever
you.
guest, the original, the OG, the SBP.
He's been on here the most, right?
Yeah.
This is
I am
three
technically
times.
the third Cummings twin.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's our triplet. Yeah. You got Ryan, Cody, and Sam.
Yeah.
Sam
Bob Cummings. That
Sam.
sounds even better.
Yeah, it does.
That
Sam
sounds
Bob's
way
coming.
better. God.
That's going to be our next Sam Bob Cummins.
Sam Bob Cummins. Sam Bob Cummins.
We're going to do our sets at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just going to finish each other's sentences like the Hodge twins or one of those those couple of those sets of those twin comedians. We're just going to finish each other's sentences.
I forget what their name is.
The Sklar brothers.
Yeah,
we're just going to do that.
Never. I have not seen them. I've seen clips of them at the attic. I've just never found them on Netflix or anything.
It's weird because they're the Sklar brothers are super witty, but they're only super witty together. In my opinion, I feel like each of them individually is funny, but I feel like they're super witty together, and it works that way.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if it would be as funny if they weren't together. So it's like
one of them broke off.
Yeah, it's like Justin Timberlake going solo. You can't do that if you're a comedian and you're like with your brother.
Well, who are the two New York ones? The two black guys. They're twins.
The Hodge twins.
Are they the Hodge?
Yeah,
I thought they had a different.
No, it's the Hodge twins.
Is it?
Yeah. So I don't know if you can like go solo. Like you can't pull.
I'm sure there's been like an awkward moment where he's like, yeah, he's sick, so I'm just gonna do like 30 and then leave, and they're like, fucking what?
But he does all his.
It's like, bro, I just paid $30 for this ticket.
But all his shit is like half a sentence. He's just like, so I went to the bar this one day, and then he's just pausing for the laugh.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah,
that should be the name of Burnett's album.
Ryan wanted
for the laugh.
Ryan wanted to go on stage together and make us like a twin act, and I was just like,
there was a few people that said we should just do it together.
Those people don't know what funny is.
I mean, I think
those people think Larry the Cable Guy is the greatest thing to ever grace the stage.
Is he still a thing, or is he dead?
No, he's definitely not dead.
He's definitely not dead.
Now he's for not Alka-Seltzer, but
Prilosec.
Yeah, Prilosec.
He's got that Prilosec.
The heartburn.
Money,
the heartburn.
He's got Prilosec money. He doesn't need to do comedy.
I know.
No, he does. He still does shows. I think. Not in like COVID times, but he's still
sick.
He
was on Alaska State Troopers one time too.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Something
what
like
did he
that.
do? Was he the meth head in the?
No.
Was he the meth maker?
Well, they have certain seasons for like moose hunting and shit, and only certain people get them.
I love how Alaskan State Troopers is just like, guess what? All right, weird idea, guys. What if we have Larry the Cable Guy here to like? It's like fucking what's his name? What the fuck is his name?
Steven Seagal?
Yeah, it's like Steven Seagal's like, all right, Steven Seagal is a cop in Pennsylvania. It's all fucking town.
Yeah.
There's 5,000 people in this town, and he's the sheriff of the station.
And the fattest one.
What do you think? And it's just like, no, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing impressive is your ponytail, and that's even half-assed.
Yeah. The sheriff runs like a girl.
Have you seen, who was it? I think it was Joe Rogan posted a video of Steven Seagal. It was one comedian posted a video of Steven Seagal. He was like doing karate. Or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing like a karate video.
He does those like
he's like fat and bloated as fuck. Like he's ate sushi every day for the past 30 years.
Probably has.
And he's just like, the guy's coming at him. He's just like, he just like slaps him like barely. And the guy's just like, oh.
The crazy thing is like in different countries and stuff, they fucking love him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like they love in Paris, they love, what's his name? M. Night Shyamalan movies like so much.
Really?
Right. It's weird. Well, what is this? There's a comedian's name, and he travels a lot. I wish I could remember his name. He's actually really funny, but he's got a clean act. He travels to different countries more than he does them in the U.S. He'll go to like India and Africa and all these other countries, and they have like strict rules and stuff like that. You can only have like so many people see.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I wish I could remember his name.
I can't think of his name.
He's funny, but he's done it. He's done it for like 20 years just traveling, but he doesn't do a lot of shows in the U.S. He only goes.
That's like kind of like Jim Gaffigan. His shit's clean. Ain't it clean?
Yeah.
Jim Gaffigan?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Jim Gaffigan didn't used to be clean, and he became clean because he has like
you can make more money.
He has like 4 kids.
Well, I know.
I think it's harder to be clean though.
It is.
It's very.
But like
you have to be very.
If
good
you're
at
clean, you get those college gigs, and they pay a good money to do college.
Bill Cosby was clean.
Yeah, and you see what happened to him.
Wow.
Should I not have went there?
Nah, it's fine.
I mean,
it
it's
was
fine.
like 4 years ago.
Why did I say it's fine? It's not my podcast.
Yeah.
I do that with Evan sometimes on our show. I'll be like, it's fine. It's fine. And he'll be like editing it, and he'll be like, yeah, I know. I'm technically in charge of this. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't do shit except stand there.
So you see, what we do is we value other people's opinions. So you are more than welcome. Okay, kind of. You're more than welcome to have your opinion. Is it going to be right? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, I'll leave it in.
Yeah. So Sam, you have a show, and it's what I watched. The first episode today. It reminds me so much of Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, that's the vibe we were going for.
Literally, it's the vibe of Trailer Park Boys. You probably
I might like it then.
Yeah, it's not trying to be fucking super like fucking professional, and it's not supposed to be like super like critiquey or anything like that. It's thrown together. There's just a backdrop with fucking different colored sheets.
Yeah.
One of them looks like bricks.
Yeah, no, we someone did Darren Feinsilver comic in indie, like Evan's like little buddy, I guess. I don't know him that well, but we had him do a set and we took the green screen, and Evan actually told me it took him like 5 hours just to find a brick background that we could use legally without paying for it.
Right. That's crazy. Yeah, it's called Sidewalk Talk Show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's on the Sidewalk Talk Show, and it's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. But watch the first episode. You would like it. It's just like, it's literally like Trailer Park Boys. It's thrown together. They talk to like, there's this guy walking his dog on the sidewalk, and they're like, "Hey, sir, you want to sit down?" And they're just talking to him.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I know Barstool does shit like that. Those just go up to people on the sidewalk,
Right.
and
This they have like a table and
okay,
yeah. And they're just talking to people, and Sam has health hour. You have,
it's health, like literally.
like sex ed health or like
No.
food
So
health?
we have Brian Carroll, very funny comic in Bloomington. Brian Carroll, we made this character up called Dr. Sharona, educated at University of Phoenix, and he's an expert on Corona.
Really?
And we did make everything rhyme on purpose.
yeah. So when Brian's talking and he's talking about like his colleague, they like their name rhymes with University of Phoenix. And they're, a professor of penis, or everything.
That should have been it.
Yeah,
But
everything rhymes. But it was each episode's like 20 minutes long or something like that. So you go check out Sidewalk Talk Show, and it stars Sam Bob and
Evan Friends.
Yeah, Evan Friends, who he's popularly known at the comedy club during open mics to wear his Jeff Gordon jacket. So that's like his thing.
Yeah.
No, it's very, very funny show. It's just thrown together, and it's thrown together so much that it makes sense, and that it took a lot of time to actually put it together.
It takes we're on episode 2, and it takes about a month to film each episode.
Really?
Because we work full-time jobs, so literally we'll get out of a 50-hour week and maybe put 10 hours into a show.
Right.
So I'll be dead after work sometimes, and I'll be like, I don't feel like filming. I'll be like, same.
Right. Hey, but that's still good though. I mean, I watched the first episode, so you've got 2 episodes up now, basically, which is good. Hey, that's a start.
Episode 2 is a lot different. It's a lot more Tim and Eric-y. I don't know if you know those guys. It's a lot more we edit a lot more. At one point, another segment, it's talking over while we're having one segment. Evan has a freedom through finance section where the gag is he takes a live grenade and he pulls the pin while he's doing this segment. And at some point we duct tape the grenade to his hand so he doesn't let go of it. It doesn't go off.
That's funny. Yeah, it was very entertaining. I liked it. It's definitely something interesting. Definitely a change of pace, and it shows that you guys are trying to be creative and you guys are trying to do something.
Yeah, we didn't want it to just be us talking on the sidewalk because that's
kind of boring.
Yeah, that's kind of.
And it's been done before.
It's been done before. Oh, Steven Crowder, he's done it. Dropping Steven Crowder's show on that shit. I don't know how that's going to affect your views, but we'll see.
I don't know if any of our listeners know who the fuck Steven Crowder is.
I don't think people in India give a shit about Steven Crowder.
I don't think people in India give a... Yeah.
Oh, you get a lot of India.
We're big in India.
We're actually really
Shout out to India.
They might have us do a live show.
I had Taste of India today. You guys figured out the spices.
What? I had Taste of India today.
Yeah, they figured it out. Columbus was right for searching for those goddamn spices, you guys.
Oh my god.
It was wrong.
In the nicest way, India. In the nicest way.
It's a super cheap lunch buffet. That's every day. Who does that?
No, they don't do lunch buffet right now because of the... Am I allowed to... I already said Corona, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, not the beer. But
because of COVID,
yeah, that's what they do.
Nobody wants everybody else's damn dirty hands touching their fucking chicken vindaloo or whatever.
And it's not even cheap
masala
anymore. It was $12 for chicken, but it was I forget it. I'm not on camera. It was the size of both of Cody's fists. Let's just say that.
Both of Cody's fists. All right.
Yeah, as you all know.
Yeah,
So,
it's not a lot.
That's like like this, like this.
No, damn it! It was fuck. It was a good sides portion for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Taste of India.
Shout out to India and Taste of India.
I want to say, I guarantee. See, it's like when you have other types of ethnic food. We're in the fucking Midwest. We're in the heart of the Midwest. So Taste of India, definitely not like Indian food, like standard Indian food.
Yeah.
But it's definitely the best we're gonna find.
Yeah, for sure.
Basically, like I prefer the most authentic place that I can get. There's a Hispanic Mexican place here in town, super authentic. I mean, you can't find a flour tortilla in the place because it's traditionally corn tortilla. But it's so authentic, and it's like family owned. The family owned places are what you want because they don't stray from their from the things. It's not like you're gonna find like, oh, on the kids menu we have chicken nuggets. Like, who the fuck?
You're not gonna find frozen egg rolls there.
It's like, oh, we're going to eat Mexican tonight. Oh, what do you want, kids? I want pizza. Oh, what do they got? A fucking pizza on the menu. They don't have
I hate when they do that shit.
Yeah, the only hamburger they don't have any hamburgers in the Hispanic place I like to go to. There's no hamburger there at all. That one place we went to, and they had like it was like a white people twist on Mexican. They made it cool, like a sports bar, and then it was like, it's a chorizo burger, good. But 100% chorizo as a burger will stop your heart. It will stop your heart in 2 minutes.
It will.
It was just lathered in mayonnaise.
You really can't make a chorizo into a burger because it's so wet.
It's like it's the wettest meat, some would say.
It is, but it is delicious.
It's the Cardi B of meat.
Super horrible for you.
Damn it. I was about to make it. I was like, I got it.
Wet ass meat.
Winning.
We have like this, I don't know why we're trying to do it. We're trying to do this like cult thing with the podcast. And Ryan suggested the wet ass cult. I was like, that's a song that's not even going to be fucking remembered in 20 years.
I still don't listen to it.
Sid loves that song.
Yeah. So
a lot of girls love that song.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
there's
Cardi
tons
B, dude.
I mean, there's tons of songs about people's dicks. Like, there's no songs about the vulva. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the vulva.
The vulva.
I was waiting for that to sink in with you.
When I think of vulva, I think of the fucking glowworm off of James of the Giant Peach.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie in fucking
dude,
years.
I fucking love that movie.
It's a good movie.
It's just like it gives a very good signal and vibe. It's just like, just appreciate your peaches because you never know, you might be able to live in one day.
I don't think that was a message.
It to New York
in the pit,
and then you can
not
float
the actual
it, and then you can float it to fucking New York.
Yeah,
who knows? That's crazy. That's a crazy movie. If they made a live action version,
mechanical shark.
Yeah,
I mean, the first part is live action.
Yeah, if they made like a full live action, because you know they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Someday, which I'm giving that. I called it. All you fuckers, I called it.
What?
I called the live action version, the full live action version, no cartoon shit.
Yeah. See, I feel like it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah,
though.
you can't appreciate it if it's not
a live action worm. In a live action, was there a grasshopper on that movie?
Yeah, there was. He played the
glowworm,
grasshopper, the spider.
Spider. I want to fuck one.
Grasshopper, spider, glowworm, and then worm.
Wasn't there a ladybug too?
Yeah.
I also want to fuck that ladybug, but that's neither. God. It was like when I was 13. It's fine.
What's the weirdest thing you've put your wiener into, Sam Bob?
The butt?
Weirdest thing.
The weirdest thing is not a butt.
Okay, are you sure?
Weirdest thing. No. There's far weirder thing.
I'm going to say that it probably happened before you lost your virginity. Maybe. Or you probably just didn't even like it. Okay, so you lost your virginity after I met you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, so it's probably been within the past 3 years.
So I'll give 2 answers. I definitely was one of those kids that, took the pillow and cut a little thing in it and humped it.
You seriously did?
Yeah. But, I only did it like a couple of times. And I was like, this is stupid.
I only did it a couple of times.
Well, then it gets rough and like gross.
Well, there's always that kid in middle school that's like, dude, have you ever fucking put 2 bags of meat in like your backpack and then just put your dick in it. It's like, no, gross. But in your mind, you're like, what does that feel like?
Yeah.
Like in the very back.
I feel like when they made American Pie, the first one, and he fucked that apple pie. Think how many teenage boys actually
Fucked
did
a
that.
pie,
Yeah. Or they say it's like, what did he,
the watermelon thing.
yeah, the watermelon, or like the Dane cook, he fucked a grapefruit or something like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
There's I actually saw a YouTube video. I think it was like this like prostitute or porn star, and she like basically said like, all right, you want to blindfold your man, you want to put the grapefruit in, you want to suck his dick, and then you want to take the blindfold off, and you know what? He's not even going to be mad after he comes.
And then you gotta eat the grapefruit after.
Yeah, you got...
Nobody eats grapefruit.
Can't waste it.
Can't waste it. Can't waste the grapefruit. They're starving people at the taste of India.
Because their tikka masala hasn't come out. Other weirdest thing... I think when I went to that fetish party, I didn't put my dick in any... Well, I did put my dick in someone, but I did worship someone's feet, and they did touch my dick a little bit.
Worship.
Like, you know...
Do you like feet?
Oh,
or
okay,
you just
okay.
No, I like
just
this...
going with it?
I was kind of going with it. I really liked this girl, and there was just something about it. Like, I'm not a foot fetish guy.
Right.
But I could definitely understand if, like, you're hot enough for someone, you're going to want to kiss their feet. I don't give a fuck who you think you are.
Right. I feel that.
Fucking Scarlett Johansson comes in and tells you to suck on her toes. Guess what you're going to be doing?
I mean, but was it Scarlett Johansson?
What?
Was it Scarlett Johansson?
No,
okay then.
Just some girl.
So you were digging this girl.
He fell in foot love.
Yeah, you were digging this girl, and then all of a sudden she turns around, she's like, "Suck my feet."
Pretty much.
You're like, "All right, I guess I'll do that now."
Yeah, it was like...
And then after that, she was done with you.
We messaged each other, but we could never make it work out. Oh, my girlfriend's gonna be pissed when she hears it. she knows.
I feel like all that shit's in the past.
Your girlfriend, who you love and have been with for like 3 years now. 2 years now.
2 years.
I was gonna say it's been a while.
It's been a little while.
Been
yeah.
a while.
Happily relationship with, which she's a sweetheart, nicest girl ever.
Yeah.
I really like your girlfriend. She's very nice. She's good for you.
Yeah,
I'll say
she
that.
really is.
Yeah. So it's in the past. It's in the past. Sarah.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
she knows I was a fucking hoe. Yeah, she's aware.
He was a hoe for 1 year.
Yeah, he was a hoe for 1 year. Hey,
1 fucking year.
that's all you gotta have to put on that fucking belt, son.
Yeah.
You gotta put that belt on.
He was a hoe for 1 year and done more crazy shit than I have in, since I was 18.
your entire life. Yeah.
Basically,
God.
Oh, that's what happens. That's what happens when you have all that pent up cum in your body.
Yeah, God.
When
Comes
Skinner
everywhere.
When Skinner sings Freebird, that's exactly what Sam Bob got let out of his cage and fucking flew. That's what he did.
Your life was Freebird for 1 year.
It was.
It was a 9-minute song over and over.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
God.
where you had to stop it and had to reset, that was like your low points.
Yeah. That was... I can't think of it. That was my Nickelback years. I don't know.
That's probably a good point. That's probably a good way to put it right there.
Yeah.
So you and the girl are great. So that's good. That's good to hear.
We live like fucking goblins.
What does that mean?
Ever since COVID or before COVID too?
We're just filthy people. We're just disgusting.
I know that when you entered the apartment here, you're like, it's so clean in here, not like my place.
Well, like, here's the thing. I'm a desk stacker for sure. Like, I just put shit on my desk and just leave it there for years. And, like, Sid just, I'm so tired from work and Sid's so tired from school that we just don't, I think we had dishes in the sink for 2 weeks before I actually did them.
I'm a neat freak. So I clean. So the house gets the apartment gets cleaned every week. Dishes get done every single day. Vacuum once a day. It's just I vacuumed today. It's just one of those things where if the dishes sit in the sink longer than 24 hours, I'm freaking the fuck out.
And see, I'm in between you guys because too long I run out of dishes.
Yeah.
So
that's I think that's what made us do it.
we're just like, we don't have anything to
Yeah, I think things were in the way of other things.
Right. Yeah, I can't eat my taste of India because we have no fucking forks.
God, they better pay us for this shit.
They better.
They don't know what money is.
I've never been there, but I'm sure it's okay.
There's a lot of Indian places here. Which, fun fact, in the UK, the most popular takeout food is Indian. There's a lot of Indians.
Well, it's just as multicultural as in the U.S.
Yeah, but there's a lot of Indian. There's a lot of Indian culture in the UK.
A lot of people go there for school.
Yeah. Well, part of it was because fucking the UK took India over for a little bit. So I wonder
that's very true.
I wonder if that's like
we've come for your tikka masala.
Give it to us, and then. Then Gandhi was like, guys, if we just don't eat the tiki masala, they'll leave. Simplified history right there.
They'll leave. That's funny. So what have you been up to, man? Has it been about a year?
Probably.
I don't know. I think he was episode 55.
Okay, so it's been, almost a year.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me look it up real quick.
Pretty much recording the show. I wrote a book, hated the book, and now I'm rewriting the book.
So what's the title of the book called?
Fuck it. I'll be done with it in 3 years.
The worst case scenario, nobody buys it.
Worst case. It's gonna be called, hopefully, I keep the title because I like it, Rage Against Wolves, Book 1, Spell of Blood and Memories.
Cool. So is there gonna be 2 books?
I hope so. I hope so.
I hope so.
Maybe I'll just make one long ass book. Who knows?
So is this a fictional book, nonfiction? Is this a biography? What are we talking about?
Yes, it's absolutely a biography. Is
it about your 24-year-old life?
No, I've told you this. It's best way I can explain it. It is the Hardy Boys, but one of them is a werewolf, pretty much.
Cool.
Oh,
cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah. You would definitely read that.
The last episode he was on was episode 32, which is almost a year ago, November 24th.
Yep.
Damn.
Cause we record and upload 2 episodes a week now.
Yeah.
So.
I've noticed. I haven't been able to listen to a whole lot.
It's alright, nobody ever does. But India's got our back.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I was listening to the Jake one, and that one was really fucking funny.
Yeah. I loved that episode.
They have been getting when we have guests, we usually do about 2 hours, and the episodes in between that, I feel like the episodes in between that, we're just constantly somebody's like howling, laughing, and crying. I
feel like they're all good. That's why I feel like maybe people like skip it. They just listen to the ones with the guests. But like we have just as much fun.
Yeah,
when it's just us.
I feel like it's taken about a year to kind of come into our own and get a flow, and within the past,
in the download show, we're doing so much better.
Yeah, within the past 3 or 4 months, maybe 6 total, we've come on like a new type of high, and we're running a tighter ship. We're running a little different. Where we got a bigger picture for what we want to take it.
More of a business aspect kind of.
Yeah, we got a picture of where we want to take it.
You have all these books behind Ryan, so I definitely take you guys more seriously now.
Yeah, totally. Like I read lots.
We have all these books, but there's
the biggest words.
There's a fucking litter box in the corner over there. So,
bro, you have to have the smart side and the shitty side. This is part of it.
King Kong poster.
That and there's nowhere else to actually put our litter box.
Exactly.
So it's not going in our bedroom because I don't want to hear the cat, scraping shit while I sleep at 11 o'clock at night.
I voted you put it in the bathroom, but whatever.
I'm not putting it in the bathroom either because that's where the scale is, and the scale's more important than the cat.
It's true.
Yeah. You gotta weigh things,
I did have a mean thought when I approached your front door. I saw a bike. I saw 2 doors while I walked up to your apartment.
Were you gonna steal a bike?
No, I saw a bike, and then I saw a pizza box by the other door. I was like, that's the kind.
Which one's Cody's house? Definitely not the one with the exercise. It's the one over here.
I know Cody's
box.
obsessed with exercise, but I can't picture Cody on a
bike or pizza box.
It was a Fazoli's pizza box. I really hope that wasn't you guys.
That was my girlfriend. My girlfriend ordered Fazoli's.
I want to like your girlfriend, but fucking Fazoli's.
That's what I said.
It's disgusting.
That's what I said. I will come clean. I took 2 bites of a slice, but I was drunk. So that's my excuse.
Yeah, did it just taste like pizza sauce?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was okay.
Yeah,
It was okay.
I've never had a good experience from Fazoli's.
When the only thing you got that you can rely on is breadsticks.
Well, I feel like we would come up here and we'd used to eat it in high school with our mom or maybe not in high school.
We're from a small town,
but I mean,
Fazoli's to us is like, oh wow,
yeah, we
that
had
was
two
also-
Chinese restaurants.
this is way better than Papa
That was also
John's.
like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So
It's like, this is way better than Papa
like
John's.
there's so many other better pizza
They
places.
bring
up
it to
here.
your table.
Fucking Domino's. Better than Fazoli's.
Domino's is on that comeback, son.
Yeah,
They're-
they sucked when I was a kid. I remember feeling like I was always eating cardboard every time we had
I
donuts.
think we had it one time, and it was fucking terrible when we were kids.
Yeah.
And then we just resorted for Papa John's because it's cheap.
Yeah.
But it's a comeback now, dude. Like, if you literally have to shut down for like 2 years and then you come back and you're like, hey, guess what? New recipe. It's just
Now
like,
they're bigger than ever. Now they got them little cars with little heaters in the back of them.
Yeah.
And everything.
dude, that and Little Caesars, man. Little Caesars never going away.
No.
I remember
Never
when it
gonna
was
die.
I remember when Little Caesars was just a place in Kmart.
Yeah.
That was it.
And then the Kmart shut down and we put in a Roll King.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Of which I will say.
That is the most Bedford sentence ever.
Yeah, which I will say, definitely makes more money as a Rule King.
Oh yeah. Are you fucking kidding me? One of the first aisles is cowboy hats and cowboy boots. How could they be losing money?
It's like, you see this Carhartt? It's half price. I'm getting two of them.
There's bunnies in the fucking store.
Yeah.
I feel like the free popcorn definitely entices.
Oh
more
yeah,
people.
hell yeah. I tried getting a job there once and they were like, "You're not neck enough." And I was like,
You're
"What?"
not neck enough.
I was like, "What?"
Your belt buckle ain't big enough.
Can
boy.
you smell the taste of India on my breath? Yeah, we don't like it.
We don't know what chicken vindaloo is.
We go to Asian Pearl and we complain the entire time. I hated that shit because I loved Asian Pearl. And I know a lot of people don't, but I would go in there
We loved it too when we
and
ate it. Yeah.
and every time there would be like a bunch of old people being like, "I don't know why we ate here." Every time, and it's like, why did you?
I just wasted $7.
It's like go to fucking what's Alex Swan's. Shout out to Alex Swan. I fucking hate you in high school.
Shout out to this guy. I fucking hated you in high school.
It's called shit. What was it? Empress Court. Yeah,
Emperor's Court. It was good. It was just not worth the price.
It was super dark in there.
Yeah, it was super dark.
You got a vibe, man. You got to have a like a light vibe. It's just like, I was wasting $7. The best thing is the Jello pudding and the chocolate pudding, and it comes out of a fucking can.
That's the last time I went.
It was packed. The last
You
time
weren't there. I was by myself.
Okay.
The last time I went was when they come out of the back and they had a big can. I was like, "What the fuck is this can?" And it was open, and she's just shaking it, and then some big bloop, chocolate pudding comes out, and she takes the spoon and kind of splays it out and takes a little
good as
can.
new. We made it.
Yeah, it takes a little can of Ready Rip and around the rim, and it's like, presto.
That's like, you got like fucking their buffet. Of course they're not gonna make it by hand. Are you crazy?
Right.
I work now as a cook at a nursing home, and it's basically a cafeteria. I'm basically a lunch lady, and those fucking old.
Do you have a name tag?
I used to, but
Did it say Sam Bob?
no, it says Sam Patrick.
Oh, damn it. Damn it.
I know.
Just.
I went
Can you
underground.
imagine those, like, Sam, Bob, Patrick, you got 3 first names, sonny.
Yeah.
You literally, no, it's honestly, you literally need to just drop your last name and just be Sam Bob.
Just be Sam, Bob.
Just be Sam Bob.
Yeah.
I like the rhythm of Sam Bob Patrick. It's 3. They're each. It's 1 syllable, 2 syllables.
Right. It's like a haiku.
It's like a poem when you speak it.
Yeah. So is your middle, I don't know if I've ever asked you this, is your middle name William or is it Bob?
It's Robert.
Oh, Robert. Oh, wait, that's right. William is
William is Bill.
Yeah, that's right.
Dummy.
So it's Samuel Robert.
Yeah, it's Samuel Robert.
Samuel Robert.
I just don't. I'm named after my grandfather, but the guy's a fucking dick.
Because he goes by Samuel Robert.
Yeah.
No, he goes by Robert. So My dad's side of the family's dad is named Robert Patrick. I think the third. And then my mom's side's dad is Stanley. So for whatever reason, we got Samuel out of that.
Robert's. So you got Stanley and like Samuel. Same thing.
Yeah,
same thing. So Samuel Robert.
Yeah.
And then you just like, let's just hyphen this shit. Sam Bob. Sure.
Well, my mom used to just call me Sam Bob, and I hated it until like 3rd grade, where there were like 3 other Sams. So I was like, Sam Bob.
So your mom called you that as a kid, Sam Bob.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, fucking hate this name, and now that's literally who you are.
Yeah, it's been a wild, like, fucking, I don't know, 10 years. How old are you in 3rd grade? 9? 12?
Something like, not 12, not 12. I don't know. Do you mind if we take a quick pee break? Yeah.
And we're back after talking shit about Cody for 45 minutes.
We sure did.
Yeah.
That's a long-ass pee, 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
You empty your colostomy bag, you bitch? Well, what happens is, if you pee in the top of the tank, it just keeps coming back. God, we need to do that for an April Fool's for Shy. And she just shitting and do an upper decker. Upper decker, dude! Upper decker, dude! And then she comes in and is like, why is the water brown? And then she just opens it up.
God.
She's like, there's a poop in here!
I used to have to empty those,
Bedpans?
not bedpans, what are they called? The bags.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was my
colostomy bag?
Yeah, I used
So
to.
you've had to empty that before?
I had to do it almost for 100 days because that was my old job. I was just helping an old person.
So would you say you upgraded being a lunch lady now?
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to handle shit. Just smell.
You know,
food.
honestly, that wasn't even bad. Like my old job, the people would get violent. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but like people would get violent, and like this one guy who I just had to empty pee bags with, like he was the easiest person to do. Like I'd just be like, okay, Dennis, like, time to empty your bag. And he'd be like, okay. And then he would watch SVU for like 8 hours.
That's the fucking life.
Yeah.
Sam Bob Patrick comes in, changes your pee bag out, and you just watch SVU.
Yeah.
You're just watching fucking kids get kidnapped.
Yeah, God.
That's why you gotta pee so much. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So being a lunch, we're just gonna keep calling you a lunch lady.
Yeah,
So
no,
being
it's
a lunch
fine.
lady, or a lunch server person in a
it's
nursing
lunch
home.
lady.
Okay, so what?
In the food industry.
In the food industry. It's like if you're a janitor, you're like, so in the housekeeping industry.
Yeah.
So in the food industry, is there a day that you're just like super fucking psyched to make this food? I'm like, because
macaroni and cheese.
Just like, oh, it's mac and cheese day.
Yes, there are days like my day, because they're so easy. There's beef stew day and pulled pork day. Those are my top 3 easiest days. Beef stew, pulled pork, and fried cod. Because we also have to make salads and shit.
Right.
Like we have to make sandwiches, and that shit pisses me the fuck off. Because everything else is on the line, and like all of a sudden someone will be like, I want a BLT, and I'm like, fuck. I have to go get the bread, have to toast the bread. And some people like these old people, I swear to fucking Christ. These fucking old people, I swear to God.
That's
Like, some of them want their toast barely toasted. Others want it fucking burnt. And like,
do they tell you beforehand?
no, you just kind of have to remember it because they're just so used to like the regular chefs knowing this. Like, first 6 months were the worst because that's right when COVID hit, and like we were only like people were just pissed at me all the time. There was a guy training me, he got fired, so then I was just left alone, and every day someone would come up with a question that I didn't fucking know. And I discovered the best part of being a cook is I can just yell at people and people are fine with it.
Yeah.
Like, I have told multiple people, one more minute. I have told another cook that's above me, technically. Like, he's this, like, 60-year-old man that like retires but still works because like I don't know, he didn't have kids or they're dead or he hates them.
Jesus Christ.
Like I don't mind, he's a fucking asshole, but he's fucking anyways, he was yelling at me because I like unplugged the fryer or I replugged the not fryer, the freezer under the fryer because it was acting up. And he, like, unplugged it. And I just said, don't do that. And he's like, well, fine. And I told him to get the fuck out. And he did.
Did you say get the fuck out?
Yeah. I was so beyond pissed.
This is what happens in your parents' nursing homes.
Yeah.
It's Armageddon in the fucking kitchen. Get the fuck out.
It doesn't affect the old people. Like, they can't hear me.
Right. This is retirement home forest and fire.
Yeah.
God damn it, Stu, you're burning the fucking burgers. What the fuck, Stanley? That's the mac and cheese. You have to keep it fucking moist. Close the goddamn.
It's rotten! Oh, God. Oh, God.
Keep the fucking tartar sauce filled. People get pissed.
There's one.
It's fucking fish day, damn it.
Oh.
It's Fish Friday.
God, there are so many.
Keep your shit high and tight.
There's, because it's me. So, I'm a line cook is the technical term. And there's one other line.
Sounds like you're the fucking boss, Sam.
No, I'm not.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm
This
not.
is my line.
I was that for
I'm
like,
the French fry guy.
I was that for like a month. I have all the responsibilities of a boss sometimes, but none of the respect or authority. Like, I can't fire anyone. And I would love to fire 2 people constantly. Like, 2 of these servers. One of them's, I won't say her name, Amy, is a fucking bitch. Amy's not her real name, but she's...
Okay, I thought it was.
She's a fucking... Oh, my God. She's a bitch. Like, she was gone for 3 weeks because she was sick, and we have this rule where, like, you can't come in. Even if it's not COVID, you can't come in.
Yeah, especially in, like, a nursing home type scene.
Yeah, no. But we thought she had been fired.
Give me another Cigar City, the Florida Cracker.
Yeah.
Sam Bob's like, Florida Cracker?
I got distracted. And
Sorry.
we thought she had been fired, and everyone was happy. Every fucking person.
And then she showed up.
Yeah, she showed up. And I was like, I literally sent a text to my friend who used to work there. I was like, oh, I feel like, when I thought she was fired, I'm like, I feel like Moses and his people when they left Egypt. And then when I found out she was back, I'm like, I feel like Moses when he wasn't allowed to go into the fucking promised land.
Jesus Christ.
No, he's not a part of this story yet.
Dude, fucking, the kitchen at a retirement home gets fucking deep.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you have no...
Some of them, see now, we've had family, obviously, that have been in retirement
I feel like I'd
homes.
want to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, we've had a family that have been in retirement homes, and some of the kitchen staff are super fucking nice, and the other ones don't talk to anybody. And I feel
Oh
like
no,
that's
I'm
what
the
they
other
do.
one. I don't want anything to do with these people. Because, well, my last job, that's all I was doing, as I was involved in these people's lives, and
Right.
that sucked. And now I get this opportunity to be, like, alone,
Right.
and I get to yell at people when they're not leaving me alone.
Right. Not to bring the mood down, did you ever, like, did somebody ever, like, die and you didn't see him again or anything like that?
At the nursing home or
Cam, Sam's a cold-hearted piece of shit. He probably wouldn't care.
I'm sure someone has died.
Yeah, Sam's a
Where
cold-hearted,
you
but
would
I
just,
have
like,
not
see him
walked.
every day and then you wouldn't
Yeah,
see him
same.
anymore.
Well, I'm in the kitchen, so I don't see a lot of people. There's one guy, like, he's really cool. He has, like, 6 harmonicas in his pocket at all times.
Really?
6 harmonicas?
At all times, and they're all tuned differently. He's just a big sweetheart, and every time I see him, I give him a thumbs. I ask him if the food's good, and he gives me a thumbs up and a smile. And then there's this one guy who I thought I was gonna punch in the face my first month of working there.
Can you imagine? He just goes, Sam Bob goes to jail and it's just like beating a 80-year-old man.
He's like, this coleslaw ain't wet enough. Fuck you!
Oh no, it was worse than that. This guy, oh my God, this fucking legend.
Dude, that's like, so old people are adorable, and then they're fucking dicks. So
They're like children.
so
Put some water in it, bitch!
Put some some mayo or ranch on it now.
I'm just spinning it. It'll be wet.
Do not put oil on it.
Coleslaw ain't wet enough. I didn't even think about it. This coleslaw ain't wet enough. It's just cabbage.
Oh, fuck.
No, it's like we've had family in retirement homes, and it's one of those. It's one of those like, you know, some are super nice, and then it's like some of the residents are super nice, and then the other ones are fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah,
like they're mean ass old people, and like our great grandma was in one for a long time.
What I noticed too, they also have like cliques.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They have, like,
Sure.
They got the jocks and like the nerds, and then like
and then you got the loners, and there's high school cliques. But yeah, like our great grandma was in one for a long time.
All the crazy ones sit at one
Old
table.
people. Fuck.
Yeah.
See, that's what I've heard. I've had friends that worked in them. And
I feel like that's why COVID was so
they fuck a
rampant through
lot.
there.
Yeah, they
They
hear about Betsy and Gerald. They got hotter than fucking Hot Love Lucy last
He was
night.
pounding that pussy hard so hard that rubber would have melted.
Jesus, Ryan. What? They put that hospital bed at a 90-degree angle and did all kinds of weird stuff.
That coleslaw was super wet last night. I'll tell you what.
Hey, Sam Bob, this grilled cheese ain't melted
It
enough.
ain't cheesy enough, damn it.
I've gotten one or two like that.
See, we've eaten at retirement homes before when our great grandma was in one, and the food's fucking terrible.
It's aight. I mean,
It's aight.
It's edible.
I mean, yeah, it's literally mostly frozen food. But this one guy, this guy I was gonna punch the first month, and now I kind of respect him. He gets a blue steak every fucking day.
Blue steak.
What's a blue steak?
Okay.
Like a rotten steak?
Almost. Let me explain this. It is a steak that is cooked on a minute on both sides.
Really?
That's it. And then he'll have onion rings with that. Every day for dinner. That's what he has.
He wants a steak and onion rings?
Yeah.
What a fucking awesome dude.
Yeah, like, at first I respected him, and then he was like, you cook the steak too much, and it would be, like, a little bit rare.
Yeah.
Like, he wants it, like, raw. He just wants it kind of seared on the top, seared on the bottom, cut, and then fucking fed to him. And, like, that's...
And that's what you respect about him?
Kind of like a John Wayne type.
Yeah,
He's watching one day.
He's got one arm, too, so it's, like, not easy to eat.
It's not easy to eat!
No.
That's why he wants it cut! Do you cut it for him?
Yeah, I cut it for him every day. He's the only one I do this to.
One day, Sam Bob's gonna walk up to him, and he's gonna be like, in such envy, he's gonna be like, can I feed you? Let me touch your nub.
Damn.
I respect the fuck out of you, sir!
Guys, it'd be like one arm vet, eat steak and fucking onion rings.
Is your coleslaw wet enough?
God.
I bet he is. He sounds like a veteran.
He's
like,
not a vet. He was adopted.
Adopted?
He was shit. I don't know if I can give all this information. It's fine.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure no one at work is gonna listen to it.
Probably not.
Nobody at your work probably knows this podcast exists.
Yeah. Oh God. I would hate that if all of a sudden, like, I come into work and they'd be like, you were so fucking fired. Also, great episode. I'd be like, fucking what?
Bro, just demote me to, like, cleaning the tables or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but...
Yeah, I'll feed Righty over here.
Whoa!
What the fuck? But he's the only person I do this for. Is I get the plate out. I put a bed of lettuce down for the steak, so it soaks up all the blood.
Really?
So it's on the blood.
Got a 5-star fucking diamond over
He's a
here.
fucking murderer. What he is.
He just put like a couple slices of bread.
Yeah. I cook the steak. I start cooking his onion rings. I get the steak off the grill, flip it, let that cook for a few seconds, throw it on a flat top. Pick the steak up before it gets too cooked on the flat top, cut it up, then put some butter on the steak, put some more seasoning, onion rings. And he's the only one I, like, get that fancy for, because I'm like, dude, like...
He's your Rooster Cogburn.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's just like, I gotta, like, game respects game, man.
Well, I feel like it's weird because if I was like, this guy's like, I want a steak and onion rings every fucking day, make it for me, and I'd be like, All right, bud.
Well-
I'll make this shit for you every fucking day as long as you eat it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's
He
weird.
sometimes doesn't eat it. He'll just take a couple bites and be like,
I don't know.
It's probably because he's got so much fucking pent up red meat.
I feel like
yeah, that's it.
I feel like I would respect him too. He's just like, make me a steak and onion ring. He was like, you're a fucking badass. All right, I'll do
Okay.
it.
Yeah. But, like, no one really, like, showed me how to cook a steak, so I kept cooking it wrong.
Right.
I would be eventually it got to the point where he did say, this is the best steak I've ever had. And I'm like, fucking finally.
My life is
This is the
complete.
best steak I ever done did have at a retirement home in Indiana.
Right.
Thank you so much, Sam Bob.
God, it was rough. And like the new guy who I was training, like he would have such a nightmare of a time cooking the steak. Like he just didn't understand it. I'm like, dude, you just
So he didn't understand, but like, put it down for 1 minute, flip the motherfucker.
well, we're
for
also
2
like doing other orders when we're doing that. It's not like we can be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
What I do-
fuck Nancy.
So do you say fuck Nancy and you make this dude's fucking steak?
No, I got it down to a fucking science how I'm doing it now. I'm like,
I can
see-
serve
there's
4
like-
fucking meals.
There's
by the
like
time
steak.
that steak
Nancy, what's a grilled
Oh, dude,
cheese?
I actually
toast,
can.
toast.
I can actually do that. I can, like, I put the steak down, do a ticket, flip steak, put onion rings in, do a ticket, take steak off, flat top, get plate, do another ticket, bed of lettuce.
coleslaw went in a fuck you.
Yeah.
Another ticket.
Yeah. Dude,
Does anybody want something like super fucking weird?
yeah,
Like
I'll tell you-
lobster.
I'll tell you, every now and then there's someone that's like, that wants something off the menu, like they'll want spaghetti, and I'm like, we don't have any spaghetti. I'm not making you spaghetti right now.
Right.
I don't have time. And
It'd take you like a half hour.
yeah.
Do they want like fucking something weird like Brussels sprouts and like brown gravy or
Well,
something?
so that wouldn't be weird there at all. Fucking, that just sounds like something I'm gonna make when I get back to work. Fucking, there was this one lady, who fucking, she made a list of how she wanted the specific sandwich, and it was basically a ham and cheese sandwich. It was a melted ham and cheese sandwich, but she wanted an egg on top of it. And she wanted the sandwich broiled. She wanted it to be put on the flat top for a few seconds, get the bread seared, put it in the fucking oven to broil with the egg on top of it, and then served. I'm like, I'm just gonna make you a grilled ham and cheese with an egg. We're not doing are you fucking kidding me?
I want a ham and cheese sandwich.
The only thing you put it, why you put it under a broiler is if you're like melting cheese or something.
right.
But you can do that on the flat top.
Right, you
Yeah.
can just cook it and be like,
Yeah.
bitch, here you
It's just
go.
like, I want a ham and cheese sandwich made out of the tears of baby
And my boss
boys.
said it was okay for her to do that. And he was gone at the time, and I was like, no, we're not. She's just going to eat this.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like...
She's
well,
only gonna eat it. How many does she have left?
yeah, and now
3, to be
we'll
exact.
have steak day. Like, everyone gets a steak that day. And that's a fucking night. That had been a nightmare until we figured out, like, we'll just, like, tenderize the shit out of the steak, cook it on one side, and wait. Because there's, like, times where we get all the tickets, right?
Yeah.
So we'll just do that. We'll cook the steaks. And most people, I find this disgusting, want it well done.
yeah.
So, like, and
Our mom likes her.
I feel like that would be
our
hard
mom,
with old
our
people.
mom,
Like their
exactly. It's
See,
like, why?
Our mom's 60.
They put ketchup on it.
Our mom's 60, and she likes her filet mignon done. I was like, there's no fucking point.
Yeah,
in ordering
get
a
your filet mignon.
and you get it done. I was like, order a fucking sirloin like a normal piece of shit instead of wasting it on a filet. How fucking dare you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Side note, my girlfriend is cooking steak tonight. She is the steak master.
We are cooking T-bones
Oh,
tonight,
God,
actually.
that's awesome.
It's a steak day.
Ryan, what's your girlfriend making for you?
Oh, wait. Oh,
You're fucking hilarious.
Well, Janice wants dry coleslaw.
You're so
broiled in a broiled ham and cheese.
Broiled.
fucking hilarious.
Excuse
Sambo.
me, a young man. Have you ever had broiled ham and cheese?
Broiled ham and cheese?
That I would eat it at a restaurant called the Broil Ham and Cheese.
Broiled
I
ham
would
and
too.
cheese.
Yeah.
Probably be pretty good.
Just need a restaurant called the Broiler. Just short and sweet.
Broil.
And the number one dish, ham and cheese.
ham and cheese.
With a fried egg on top.
Fried egg.
Courtesy of Lois. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Fucking.
I say fucking so much at work. Like, one of the servers who's a bitch, I'm going to say her real name now, Sherry. I told her Amy. No one's named Amy at that.
Oh, let's name Amy.
But fucking, oh god.
But fucking.
I'll say fucking so much, and she'll like shush me. Like one time, the power went out because I don't know what it is about this place, but the power just goes out, and
It's
never,
like in New York.
I feel like people are
blackout.
committing suicide with forks.
No,
They're
what's
just, like,
happening
shoving it in
is
there.
Like a rolling
our
blackout.
dishwasher, he'll always come back and he'll be like, someone hit a power pole at my place, and it knocked the power out there, and it knocks out the power out here because it's connected, and they're like, what is happening at your fucking place right now?
It's
I
like,
need to know because I'm getting so pissed off it's happened 3 times in the past
I'm
2
trying
months.
to cook his steak, and he only likes it rare, and I can't fucking see to flip it.
Dude,
It's like that. It's like that movie I Am Legion.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like at the diner. It's just like I want a steak that's fucking raw. It's just, by the way, your fucking baby's gonna burn.
I haven't thought about that movie in years.
Oh, dude,
Starts
that is
crawling on the
like,
fucking ceiling.
bro, that is like our fucking movie. We brought it up a couple of times on the podcast. Just like I just look around, and I cock my fucking ass like your fucking baby's gonna burn.
I think it's just called Legion.
It's like
Is it Legion?
It's like the
Yeah.
son of the Antichrist. Or
It
something.
is.
Yeah,
There you go.
there we go. Legion. Yeah, that's a dope fucking movie. That's a dope ass poster, by the way.
Yeah.
I would totally hang that on the fucking wall. But yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's insane. You're literally like in a. Do you feel like you're walking into your own like fucked up Twilight Zone?
Some days, yeah.
Like it's your own episode of SVU, and you're like the backstory.
I feel
Oh,
like
God,
I feel
yeah.
like you're Bob's Burgers, but like
Just
It's Sam's Burgers.
yeah, Sam's Burgers.
Sam's Burgers.
Just
I
in
love
an
that.
old people's home.
Yeah.
Like when he got trapped on the cruise ship.
You're like your own version of the movie Waiting.
Yeah,
With
I
Ryan
haven't
Reynolds.
seen that.
You have
You
dude,
really?
you gotta
It's
see
good.
it.
It talks about like servers.
It's
like,
on Netflix.
Yeah, like spitting in the food and like all that
Oh
shit.
god,
It's
has
on.
that.
It's
I
on
have not
Netflix.
spit in a food, but I've definitely like messed up people's orders on it. I like God. The old people are most of the time tolerable, and I try to make their orders like as best as I can. But the fucking
I feel like you're super
Work.
nice about it. Though. He's like, oh yeah, Janice wanted white bread. She's getting fucking wheat bread.
yeah, that's basically. But fucking oh my god, the employees like. So there's breakfast people, and then I'm lunch and dinner. You know,
Right.
That's my whole day, pretty much. And fucking, we have waffle irons, right? So they'll have them on. I'll turn them off because I don't really make waffles. I make a pancake every day for this one lady.
For lunch.
Yeah, pretty much. She wants a
Right.
pancake every day. She's got, memory issues. So she's like, I want a pancake. And we're like, oh, okay. But I'll turn those off. One night, I had those off. And my servers were like, we all want a waffle. It takes 20 minutes for the waffle maker to heat up completely. So what I did is when the waffle maker was still low, I just made them a fucking waffle. They have not asked me for another goddamn waffle since.
This waffle's creamy inside.
Good. Deal with it.
We all want a waffle.
Who wants a wet ass waffle?
This waffle's not dry enough.
I don't, like, I have messed up people. I have cooked horrible things for people on purpose so they don't bother.
What's the biggest pain in the ass? What's the biggest pain in the ass to make?
Oh, that's a good one.
Besides the salads.
Well, here's the thing. I get so much downtime that I'll make, like, 6 salads, like, immediately.
Right.
Biggest pain, I guess, would be a chef salad, because that's, like, I gotta get, like, a cereal.
You gotta chop everything.
Yeah, pretty
The
much.
ham, the turkey, all the other shit.
Yeah, and, oh my god, you just gave me an idea. I just need to pre-cut that shit.
Yeah.
There's
It'll stay
my,
good.
there's my answer to, thank you, Cody.
All right,
Fuck-
so
Or just stack it all up.
we're
and
not
just be
going to
like,
say where you work at, But are you an eater? Do you like get free samples and shit? You probably most likely gotta wear. Like,
oh yeah, no, I can. All the food's free there. Like I can just make food whenever I want, and then
right.
Just eat.
So are you just like in between orders, like, oh yeah, ham and cheese.
So sometimes, like I always, whenever I'm at work, I just make myself like simple shit, or I like go out. Like for a while, I was doing this burger where I would like do Swiss and cheddar cheese, sauteed some onions, put it on top, toast the buns. When I got the buns toasted, I would put barbecue sauce on the top bun, mayo on the bottom, put lettuce on that. Oh my god!
Sounds like a good burger.
Yeah,
it really does. Honestly, Swiss and cheddar is like the perfect combination.
That's the burger we call.
I called it the cowboy.
We call it a Sam Bob.
Let's call it a Sam Bob burger.
We'll call it a Sam Bob.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, I want one of them Sam Bobs.
SB burger.
I heard it on a podcast.
I'm calling it the SB burger.
I heard it on an online radio show.
Online radio. Well, I made because we also have to do this. Like there every now and then there will be like a party, and I'll have to make like every Friday, it's like happy hour, and I have to make like these specialty things.
Does happy hour mean alcohol? Does that mean just like free pie?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, both.
They give out alcohol there?
Oh, fuck yeah.
What? Really? No shit.
Nancy's getting turned.
They seriously
like
give
once a
out,
month?
they have alcohol
It's like once a week, and they don't give them that much. Or maybe they do. I never leave the kitchen.
Our mom,
I don't give a shit.
our great grandma.
I would find a sober person and be like, give me your alcohol.
See, our great grandma was 90, in her 90s, and whenever she felt like she was getting sick, she'd drink a hot toddy because that's what she drank.
I think they were allowed like a pint a month.
Yeah, something like that. So our mom would go there, and she's like, "Can you bring me a pint of Jim Beam for?"
It was Crown.
Crown.
She loved Crown.
A pint of Crown to mix with to make a hot toddy. She's like, "Yeah, sure." And she's like, they're in the wintertime because in the wintertime, a lot of them get depressed, and that's where a lot of them start to pass away because it's just depression. But during the winter months, because this was after our great grandpa died, it would be like 2 weeks later. She'd be like, "Can you bring me another pint of Jim Beam?" She's like, "Did you already drink it all?" "Yeah, I've been really sick lately."
Damn.
Our great grandma, she lived to be 94, and she would drink a beer a day.
We have someone there that's like 109.
Shit.
Yeah.
What do they ask for to eat?
Probably just oxygen. I don't know.
Oxygen. Can I have a broiled oxygen sandwich?
Cheese fries.
Like I said, I just walked by and I saw a balloon that said 109. I was like, oh, okay. Like
okay, not a big fucking deal. Let's get back to the kitchen.
I care so, like, I have so much time to do that I'm like, I can't deal with people's personal.
I cannot tell this person happy birthday.
If I saw them, like, I would, but I'm not gonna like stop what I'm doing. Just
I gotta make this fucking steak,
bro. That's what I'm saying. When I get older, I'm gonna eat whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah,
steak a day, bitch.
Seriously. Like when I make it to 80, I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck anymore. Kale shakes, fuck you. I'm eating cake and ice cream every day, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Broiled ham and cheese with an egg on top sandwiches. I'm gonna go say, like, "Sam Bob, I can make one of them my ham and cheese
They're
sandwiches."
like, comedian Sam Bob Patrick died 30 years ago, man.
give me his child. If you ever do have I don't know if you want to have children.
Sid really wants to have a child, and they'll just be like, "Uncle Cody, you gotta stop." And they're like filled with tears. They're like, "He died 30 years ago.
This coleslaw's dry."
Stop making references to the podcast that won you a Grammy.
It's all I have.
I think it's funny that you said it's gonna win us a Grammy. I don't know if it would, but this is a pretty good episode so far.
No. Do they have rewards for podcasts?
Yeah, it's called a Webby. No, it's not a Webby. That's for YouTube. I think it's called, they have podcast awards, though.
It's a Webby.
Is it just, you just get an autograph from Joe Rogan? Is that it?
That's fine, I'll take it. I am the Indiana.
No,
Joe
they actually have like a thing where
I'm the Indiana Joe Rogan, not really.
where they fly you
I
out
feel
to
like
wherever they're
Jake's
having it.
closer to that. Oh shit! Did I just throw some controversy?
How is Jake the Indiana Joe Rogan?
That's true. He's not bald.
He's not bald. He doesn't have tattoos.
work out.
No.
I don't know if Jake has a tattoo.
I think he does. I can't
Is it a
think
Grateful
where.
Dead bear?
Probably.
That's like totally Jake.
Hey Jake, if you're hearing this shit, fucking fire back and saying how you're the Joe Rogan.
I don't think Jake listens to this podcast. And if he does, he's definitely not listening to Around His Wife Chia. Because I listened, after Jake was on, I was like,
He
hey.
did a Halloween episode and they had a ghost, man.
Yeah. Well, I listened, see, after Jake was on this episode, I told Cheyenne about it. And she's like, oh, I'm going to listen to that. Cheyenne, Jake, if you ever listen to this, dude, and next time Jake comes on, my girlfriend, biggest fucking fan of their podcast. Literally binge that shit in 2 weeks.
Damn.
Everything they have. And now she's like, I ran out. I don't have anything else to listen to. Literally, she loves Laugh and Be Blessed. That's Jake's podcast, Laugh and Be Blessed. Go check it out. It's a fucking great podcast because it's real. And it's him and his wife, Chia, and their kids. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
But we want to have we're having Grant on next week.
Oh, fuck him.
So Grant Volkmar.
Oh, fuck him.
So we're having Grant Volkmar, another friend, on next week on next week's episodes. And then after that, we're kind of going to slow down, and we probably won't have like very many. But we're wanting to have.
You want to have it special. I get that.
Yeah. But I think because we're getting close to episode 100. So episode 100 is coming up, and I think we're just gonna hold off on guests for a while until after the holidays, maybe. Just depends.
Yeah.
Just depends on what we're gonna do.
It might happen. We never know.
Yeah, you never know. Hey, guests might pop up sooner or later.
Yeah.
You never know.
That's how we write Sidewalk Talk Show. You never fucking know.
Yeah, you never. I worked 7.5 hours today. I'm just not feeling it.
Right.
I had to make 2 steaks.
Oh, that always pisses me the fuck off when I have to make 2 steaks, because it's literally just him, and I'm like, okay, time to turn off the fucking grill because it's hot as balls. And then someone will be like, I want a steak. Well done. And it's like an hour after I turned off the grill, I'm like, oh.
Well, I hope you like your shit microwaved.
We microwave this thing.
Okay, kind of.
He's giving retirement home secrets right now.
Kind of. Like, it was frozen, so we microwaved it, and it got halfway cooked, and we'll just, like, throw it on the grill for some grill logs.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, dude. So I went to this Dairy Queen when I was in college in
They have
Vincennes.
steak at Dairy Queen?
No,
What?
no, not a steak reference. But I went to this Dairy Queen in Vincennes, and it was this really nice couple or really nice family that owned it. But I ordered a chicken wrap. They pre-make them. It has ranch on it, by the way. And then they threw it in the microwave for like I watched them throw it in the microwave for like 20 seconds. And then they took my chicken sandwich. It was already made. Threw that in the fucking microwave for like 20 seconds. I was like, these bitches were already fucking made. I was like, you didn't even make them. I watched you put it in the fucking microwave.
You know, I kind of feel that.
Yeah.
Because, like, so many people just act like you can just magically... Dude, you have no idea. At the retirement home, like, maybe it's a minute on almost all food. Maybe. If it takes longer than, like, 3 minutes, all the servers get pissed. All of them. All of them get pissed, except for, like, maybe... No, 2 of them get pissed, but it feels like all of them because they're such assholes.
Right.
They're just like, fuck this, it's taking more than a bit. It's like a war between, there's 3 battles happening right now. It's the kitchen staff, the fucking serving staff, and then it's the customers.
Oh yeah, like honestly, sometimes when I just see the customers and they're complaining about their food, they'll be like, "Oh no, I love it," because they don't want to make, because they're like, "Oh, the chef's here," and I'm not the chef. I just have a chef coat.
Right.
Like, oh wow, the chef's here, and it's like, yes, the chef, and it's just me in my backwards hat, and I shaved my beard, but I normally have like this fucking pirate beard.
Yeah.
Like, I just come out.
The chef's here.
Like,
it's just like, I went to like an orgy the other day.
It's like, I took a 3-hour class.
Yeah, I took a...
Well, I know the last time I was talking to you, you were getting ready to work for this really, really nice restaurant that was opening up in town.
Yes.
And then it just fucking went, pew!
Oh.
It's fucking tanked.
Well, I was the salad guy there. I was the salad guy. But
Sam the salad man.
basically, and it actually taught me a lot, because it was a brand new restaurant, so I had to learn, a lot. And I had worked for other restaurants before, but I was always, the dish guy. I was always, the quiet guy. They couldn't have that. They needed a guy that was, making salads, doing dishes, running food sometimes. And, I just fucking learned a lot. I had to make... And I hope I never have to do this. You ever see those those flour carrots and things?
Yeah.
I had to make 200 of those.
Seriously?
And it was my first time ever making them, and they looked like shit. And I almost cut myself because you have to do it the knife kind of going towards you.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking I was gonna fucking die by doing this.
So that restaurant wound up going under before it even opened, right?
No, there was an issue with the so we had opening day on Valentine's Day, and or we had it was weird. It was Valentine's Day special and then actual grand opening. Oh, excuse me.
You fart?
Yeah, I fart. Did you not just hear it just kind of slip out? Are you okay? This is the hardest I've ever seen you laugh.
No, bro, I didn't think he was going to acknowledge it. But he's like, excuse me. Bro, you just adjusted yourself in your seat, and then you farted at the same time. I'm going to go pee before I piss my head. And then you farted.
I'm going to finish the story, though.
And then you farted. You farted at the same time. You literally have been hanging out with old people so much, you're turning into one.
Yeah.
You adjusted yourself in your seat, and you shit.
Yeah.
And then you go,
I might have to check for poop.
And then you go, oh, pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon my asshole.
Not the first time I've said that. Ho ho. But no. What was I even talking about? This fucking restaurant.
The restaurant. It was Valentine's Day special.
Oh, so on our actual grand opening day, none of the servers showed up. None. The manager basically gave them all the day off because he thought that's what they weren't doing. And then the next day I come in and we're all ready and we're like, where are the servers? And then the head chef comes out and he's almost in tears because this is his dream. And
so the chef is the one that owns it?
Yeah. And I can hear Ryan laughing in the background still. And he was just like, we're going to take 2 weeks off and then we're going to be back. And I was like, no. Right. I have this other, and I was working both jobs for a little bit, and I was like,
so it is open now, then, right?
Yeah. It's a really fancy restaurant. They do put coleslaw on their burgers, wet ass coleslaw on their burger.
Yeah, wet ass. None of that dry shit. We don't like that dry cabbage.
None of that oil shit. God, can I just say, if anyone likes their goddamn coleslaw with oil, you're fucking.
Who the fuck eats coleslaw with oil?
You've never been to Joella's and gotten
like olive oil, or
I don't know what kind of oil it is. It's just it's not the cream.
It's oily.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
I know what you're talking about.
It's fucking.
It's like canola oil, basically.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's wet, but it's not. I know what you mean.
Yeah. He's laughing so hard.
That's crazy though. So tell me a little bit more about the book. Tell me a little bit more. So Ryan,
it's gonna take 3 years for that book to.
Ryan and Cheyenne are both laughing in the background. You probably can't hear it, but so tell me a little bit more about the book. So it's what was the title again?
Rage Against Wolves: Spell of Blood and Spell of Blood and Memories, and hopefully no one will ever see this copy because it's garbage.
So how does this, just to talk about a little bit, how did the process work? What gave you the idea for it?
I've been having this idea since pretty much. Hey man, are you okay?
Dude, we can hear you out there. In the bathroom, and I was peeing. And whenever you pee, you can't control how your faster string goes. Yeah. I would start laughing, and you go, whoo, we sound like a fire hose. And I could not stop. I don't know why that's so funny, but I didn't think he was going to acknowledge it. And he's just like, oh, excuse me.
So you
And you're like, did you just fart? Yeah. He fucking did. I don't know why it's so funny, but I was trying to talk to Shy. I was trying to talk to Shy, and I was explaining it, and I could not fucking breathe, man. Oh my god,
this is gonna be a great episode.
I don't know why it was so fucking funny. It was just funny. That's just like that one time. We were playing Cards Against Humanity with her, 7-year-old grandma. And she went to lean forward. She leaned forward and went to grab another card. And it made, the loudest fart I've ever heard come out of her. And
the nastiest fried fish fart.
But she didn't say anything. So we both looked at her like, Mama, did you fart? And she's like, did I? Did I? It's a fucking question. Yeah. And it fucking reeks.
Well, sometimes I'll move and Sid will hear and she'll be like, did you fart? And I'm like, why are you fucking always trying to out me?
Why are you coming at me, dude?
Fucking asshole. Every day sometimes I wake up next to Sid, I'm like, oh, what new nonsense will this be?
Okay, so we're talking about his book now. So what gave you the idea? How did that process come to be? I feel like I've never really... I've met one person that has wrote a book, but how did the process work? What gave you the idea for it?
So... The idea actually came to me in middle school. I was reading, have you read anything by Darren Chan or have you read Cirque du Freak?
Yeah, we actually watched the Cirque du Freak movie last night.
Ooh, I hate that movie.
I actually liked it. I enjoyed it.
It's a fun movie, but it wasn't it wasn't the books. It wasn't.
Right.
Nothing's ever the books.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why that lady got pissed with the interview with the vampire.
Yeah.
They said that fucking Tom Cruise did a horrible job.
But people love that movie.
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise is probably the best character in that movie.
Well, she said he didn't portray him very well.
Yeah.
But
Didn't portray him. He's a creepy vampire.
when he starts dancing with the plague body is the best part.
That's the best part. He's like, this old girl got some life in her yet? Just flinging a fucking, what was it? The black...
It's a plague body.
The black plague body just flying around the fucking room. So basically you've had the idea since middle school?
Yeah, and I always liked werewolves. Even did you ever watch the show Big Wolf on Campus when we were little kids?
Yeah.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
It was like Teen Wolf, but so much dumber. It was every week he would fight a new monster, but he wouldn't really fight them. He would just kind of make punchlines around him.
What's your favorite werewolf movie?
Honestly, Van Helsing.
Really?
Yeah.
Who said that was a shitty movie? Will did.
No, Cam did.
Cam did.
Yeah.
Will. Van Helsing is a fucking rad movie. It's got everything you want.
I was gonna say I like it too.
Yeah. Probably. Okay. My favorite werewolf movie is pretty close between American Werewolf in London.
I love that movie.
American Werewolf in London. The American Werewolf in London, I watched it when I was a kid at my grandma's house. Freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah, it's fucking scary.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. And then he's in this porno theater with his dead best friend. And he's green. It's fucking weird.
It's got some it's almost like a comedy. I watched it when I was in high school. I'm like,
they try to make it one.
Yeah, they play the chicken dance at the very end after he gets shot.
Yeah.
And it's also a critique on werewolves because they even bring up in the original movie where he falls in love with a girl and that's the only way he can die, and she's like, yes. And then it's actually really cool. The original Wolfman might be up there too.
Right. So you've always been in the werewolves, and then you're just like, hey, what about the Hardy Boys?
Yeah, kind of. So
the Hardy Boys is dope too.
Yeah.
It wasn't fully like that, but that's the best way I can explain it. It's more, it might be also a little close to the Goonies too, but it's basically about this, he was 13, but then I changed him to it doesn't matter. He is, he's a young boy.
I want my onion rings cooked raw. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. But he's in high school and, he doesn't know he's a werewolf, but he's been one ever since he was born, and he's suppressed it. He has these seizures when the werewolf is trying to get out, because whenever he gets angry, he just starts having a fucking seizure.
Right.
And eventually all this weird supernatural stuff happens in his town, And this is where the Hardy Boys stuff comes in. He gets his best friend, named Alex, and they start investigating, and they find this, like, conspiracy with the mayor, and they're like, we gotta report this, and then they get attacked, and then he fucking turns into a werewolf, and then there's that whole story. And I'm gonna keep a lot of that general stuff when I do the rewrite, but like fucking like after chapter 4 or 5, I was rereading it, and I have like you've seen my spelling and my grammar. Like I just leave words out. There's tons of that,
right?
And I'm like, I just gotta rewrite.
Have you thought about getting like a ghostwriter or anything like that?
I had an editor who was basically like a ghostwriter. Like I would write the majority of it, and she would go in and fill the words. But like, I'm because it's not a professional book yet. Like I just don't have the time to like do that. So I'm like,
Right.
I'm gonna finish school. I'm gonna rewrite this whole thing, and I'm gonna do. My friend taught me a thing, and it's real obvious, but I didn't think about it at the time. It's like every 10 pages, I'm gonna print that out and go through it and edit it, and it's gonna.
That's
take,
a good idea. You just do a section at a time.
Yeah, it's gonna take time. I'm gonna hate myself because the first time I tried to edit by myself, I thought I was gonna like. It's something about it made me physically ill because you start thinking about it and then you start changing the story.
Right. You wrote it and then you're just like, well, that's shit and that's shit and that's shit.
Well, yeah, and there were certain things, like I'm a very descriptive writer.
Right.
And a lot of the people, some of the people who I edit with said, I love that. And then other people were like, you need to calm down. And like now I think when I do the rewrite, I'm going to calm down. But there's one.
So do you absolutely hate the original?
No, I like all the characters. Like the main character is really fun. He's like a Harry Dresden kind of character. He's like this kind of smart ass character. But a lot of the jokes he doesn't say out loud. He thinks in his head because he's very like shy and he's like a little kid and he's worried that if he said something, it'll get the fuck beat out of him.
Right.
I think the first chapter, his like bully like calls him the F word and like basically smudges up his glasses and all he can think is like this fucking dickhead. This fucking dick. And then he goes to therapy. Like there's a lot I like about it, especially the openings. It's just the rest of it that I kind of have a little bit of a problem.
Have you
it seems interesting. It really does.
Have you had any offers or like a publisher?
I had one offer, but it was I've had two. One, I just didn't, it was like Wattpad, so it wasn't like a real publishing company.
Right.
And then the other was, I won't say their name, but it was basically like they said, we're going to publish your book, but you're going to have to give us payments. And at first I was like, oh, geez. And then I looked at it, I was like, no. And then they called me again, like almost 6 months after I just didn't give them anything. They were like, hey, we'll take one payment off and we'll do this free video trailer for your book filled with illustrations and everything. And I thought that was good, and I showed it to my mom, and she's like, no, this is terrible, don't do that. And I was like, oh, it is terrible. And like, you know, like when you make something like that, you get so attached to it, and that's the hardest thing is to be like, maybe this isn't ready, and maybe saying you need to do a rewrite and then finishing a book is the easy part. Editing is hard, and then realizing you need to rewrite it is the hardest thing. It's been like, it was a little soul crushing because I only came to the conclusion like a week ago because I was like, maybe this will be better as a comic because I want it to be very visual.
Yeah.
I want people to see what I'm seeing.
It's almost like you're basically saying all of my hard work that I just did up till now is not going to be good enough.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just kind of the same thing with this podcast too, because I edit every episode and I'll edit it and I'm like, I'll listen to it and I'm like, that's fucking shit.
And
I know I can do better.
Yeah, and every like couple months we'll have an episode.
Right. And we're just like, that's a whole
and we're just like, man, my vibe's not right. His vibe's not right.
Yeah.
We're not doing it together really well.
Right.
And it's just one of those like, we're just fucking coasting and just going through the motions.
Yeah.
And we can tell. We're just like, that kind of fucking sucked, but we know we're going to do better next one.
Yeah. And like, and I thought I would think of that because even when I was writing this, like everything I read was like, your first book is going to be shit. You're going to hate your first book. Not everyone's going to like it. And I was like, that just scared me. So the way I think about it now is like, you wrote your first book.
Yeah.
Just make the next one better, but make it the first one.
Right.
So, like, I'm gonna just rewrite this. I actually showed Jake it. He liked it a lot. He said there was a lot of grammar mistakes, but he said he really liked it. Because Jake also writes. He writes about zombies. And that it's just so fun writing it. But, like, doing this show and working a full-time job and going to school, I'm like, I gotta finish, like, school before
One thing at a time.
One thing at a time.
Yeah, and like because writing a book is like so anxiety inducing too, because like that's when you do stand up, if it's shit or not immediately, and then you can go back and fix it. I will have no idea, and someone may say it's shit, and then another person may say it's awesome,
right?
And it's like so subjective and scary.
I feel you have that with everything, though. There's some people that like it, some people that hate it. That's why some people like fiction-type shit, and some people don't.
Yeah. Like, my girlfriend, when she reads it, she's like, it's not that I hate it, it's just not, like, you're writing for a teenage boy, and I am not that. Even when I was a teenager, I wouldn't like this.
Right.
Because it is super violent. I think, was in a writing class, and the first draft of the story, it was a 10-page story about this kid who gets kidnapped, or he doesn't get kidnapped, but him and his uncle are werewolves. And there's a scene where he turns into the werewolf and he eats a deer, and I describe the fur on its tongue. I describe the pain in its eyes, because that's what really made me realize I want to write like that. Because,
Right.
Because it's...
Get an image
very descriptive.
Yeah.
You wanted to tell a story. You wanted it to be like a movie in somebody's mind.
Yeah, and that also what made me think about doing the comic thing. And I'm not. I really think I should just write the book because, like I really feel like since I've dedicated so much time in it being a novel, it needs to be a novel.
Right.
I feel like no matter what you choose, it's going to be great. And I'll definitely buy a copy.
Thank you.
I'll buy a copy. I'll totally read it too.
Thank you.
And if it's shit, I'm not going to tell you. I'm like, this steak is great.
This steak is
This
great.
Coleslaw is wet as fuck.
Yeah. This coleslaw is just wet like I like it.
Wet. Jesus, some wet ass coleslaw. Take a bucket and a mop. That's some wet ass coleslaw.
Oh, shut the fuck up. This song is not even going to be relevant 5 years from now.
Macaroni in a pot. That's some wet ass coleslaw.
It's just like,
Oh, Cardi B, she's so brave now. She's such a cool artist and she raps and stuff.
I'm not gonna lie.
She came from being a stripper and now she's a super popular rap artist.
bro, she was making bank as a stripper.
I'm not gonna lie. I would fuck Cardi B.
What wouldn't you fuck?
That's true.
Who wouldn't you fuck?
You gotta admit, Cardi. Oh, that fucking ass.
Is there any character in your book that you would fuck?
I mean, the two of them are children, so not them. Two of them are children. I think they're
Okay. Let's rephrase it. Is there anybody at the nursing home that you would fuck?
No, none of them. I would fuck none of them.
Really?
Because, like, here's the thing. That 58-year-old was actually like a 51-year-old. I know that doesn't sound like it makes a whole difference, but it's one hip replacement, you guys. Here's the thing. They're also, like, they're kind of sad, Like,
right.
A lot of them have their heads down, and, like, a lot of them are there for a specific reason.
They
Like,
just need a man to slip them the D.
It's like, this is where I live now.
yeah, it's not...
Well, according to statistics, they're getting plenty of D.
Yeah,
take
but
that all
like
time.
it's old D. Like I don't want to. And here's another thing about when I fucked that 51-year-old, it was filled with like Confederate flags and like really like.
And Sam Bob, I think we've mentioned it, but it's been a year. Sam Bob had sexual intercourse. You almost had a kind of a relationship with a lady that was older than your mother.
Yeah, it was real fucked.
It was real fucked.
Do you realize that now?
Yeah, and I think there was like a gray. I know it's not a huge deal, but there was something about her having that, like a gray, like Confederate soldier hat. Like there was a lot of like kind of like racist jokes gathered everywhere that I just kind of ignored.
Right.
And I don't want to do that ever again. Like I don't want to like sit down with someone and then be like, You know who I don't like? Black people. Like, I don't want to do that.
What the fuck?
Wait,
this was a conversation?
We didn't have a conversation, but I think if we ever, like, because I would just fuck her and just kind of leave, and we would kind of talk, because she was also in my, like, writing class.
Yeah.
Like, literally the day before I thought about breaking off, she showed up at school, and I was like, oh, fuck, I don't know what to do. And, like, we would fuck after class. Like, it was a whole fucking thing. But, like,
Sam Bob in his love. I swear.
His 30 plus.
I swear, he
older.
has the best stories.
yeah.
Sam Bob has lived a full life in 3
has.
years.
He fucking has. It's crazy.
He
His
was
sexual,
full- but now-
his innuendo sexually
But
is
now I
crazy.
feel like now you're just you're where you should have been.
Yeah, I'm I toned the fuck down. That's why I haven't done as much stand-up shit, because I was just like, I don't have anything to... I was talking to my dad, and he was like... I told him, like, I haven't wanted to do stand-up comedy in a real long time, and he said that's fine, because he's hated my comedy.
Yeah.
Because I make fun of him a lot, and I told him, like, with our album, I kind of said all the things I wanted to say. Like, maybe...
Yeah,
right.
Like,
For
that's no one's dream.
Well, at that point, it was like 3 years worth of work, right?
Yeah, it was pretty much. And, like, fucking, like, yeah, everyone's dream is probably to get a Netflix special and then to keep that momentum going. But, like, you know, I don't think I could, because I would have to travel, I would have to work on shit. And, like, I remember, like, maybe 3 months after the album, I was just, like, on empty. And I've been on empty for, like, a while. And then I was talking to Sid, and she was like, I just don't think you love it as much as you used to. I'm like, oh, that's why.
See, and that's the thing. After we recorded our album, I didn't step on stage but maybe 2 or 3 times for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a 6-month break, and then right before COVID hit for about 3 months, I went solid, and I was having a good time. I came back. The first day on stage after I came back, killed it.
Yeah.
I absolutely killed it for 5 minutes, and it was crazy coming back to that. And I actually had to get drunk to get on stage.
I think I was there for that, and I think
Right.
I bombed, like, dude, like, you gotta, like, a lot of people don't realize this about open mic comedy is, like, you're gonna bomb. You don't pick the audience. You choose to go up, but, like, you don't, like, it's not like Jim Gaffigan where he's like, I know people are gonna like this.
Yeah,
Immediately.
and it's one of those where I felt like I got some respect for coming back after 6 months and doing not bad, basically. And but I feel like in that 6 months, from the 6 months from being off, we started this podcast.
Yeah. You did other shit.
Right.
And that's
we did other
important.
shit. I've been working on my career
Yeah.
and developing that. I've been working on, obviously my relationship with Cheyenne, living my life, and, staying healthy with exercise, stuff like that, podcast.
Sometimes you gotta put things on hold.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta put things on hold. And sometimes, unless you're somebody that wants, I feel like I'm getting to realize now that I'm getting older, because I'm 28, that I feel like it's not me. I feel like me as a person would not be able to, the direction I'm going right now would not be able to put all that shit and throw it away to 100% do comedy now.
Yeah, that's...
Like especially my career, because I just got a promotion at my job.
Yeah.
And throwing that away to do comedy and trying to mix those two with this podcast twice a week, I feel like you only have so much time during the day.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, fucking, that's how this cooking job is. Like, I am now making enough money to just, like the other day I said, like, if you took $200, I'd be fine. Right. And I have never in my adult life been able to say, $200 is fine. Except when I was living with my parents, I spent $300 in, like, live porn. But that was like, oh.
Why though, Sam? You got it for free.
No, like, are you kidding me? Like, cam girls? Like,
it's different.
Okay,
it's a different breed, man. It's like Kia and Mustang.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, dude, fucking... And it wasn't every day. It was like once a month. Like, I'd be like...
But you're just like, hey, I'm going to spend $300 on this girl.
When you hit that poker table, you go all in.
Yeah. And it wasn't all at once. It'd be like, all right, because they're actually expensive. They're like private show, $25 per minute.
Per minute?
Per minute.
Yeah,
Fuck
it's
that.
expensive, sir.
Dude, like...
I have never done it, but I know.
It's like, all right, I got 2 minutes worth this week. Let's see what
Well,
happens.
sometimes, like, I would come in the first minute sometimes just because it'd be like, oh, fuck.
And they're just like,
Because I'd be jerking off already.
yeah.
Down in my basement bed.
That's how it is. You're just like, this ain't happening. It'd be like, cam girls, $25. All right.
This coleslaw's too dry. Well, guess what, motherfucker? I'll make it
It's
wet.
wet.
Yeah.
That's fucking in my basement bedroom. In my mom's house.
No, it was more in my attic bedroom.
Sam Bob, what are you doing up there? Hitting the door with the broom. Get down here. It's meatloaf night. Hold on, Mom.
Well, I'm doing research.
I'm doing research.
And it's like, oh my God.
What time are we at?
We're at 1:35.
1:35. Do you want to do some news topics?
We sure can.
All right. Awesome.
I feel like, oh my God, this election. I don't want to get into who we should be voting for, but like, oh my God, it's taking so long just to get these
This
results.
is okay. We're recording
This is like the most record-breaking.
We are recording this on November 4th.
They said it probably won't happen until tomorrow because they're still,
Right.
as long as it's post-dated for the 3rd, they're still accepting them.
Have
today.
they?
Yeah, so we are recording this on November 4th. So we are in the middle of tallying up votes for the U.S. election.
I know
it's a big thing. It's a big thing.
I know they are recounting some states like Michigan and Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Yeah.
they went ahead and
It's a big thing right now. So let's just say that the day after we record this, which is going to be November 5th. Probably going to be a very, very sad or happy day for a lot of fucking people.
Yeah. Like, did you hear in Ohio, their fucking, like, gun sales are through the fucking roof?
Really?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, they loot, we shoot. That's
kind of what's happening, but it's
Yeah.
the other way. Like, it's mostly African American women buying it because they're like, because some of them are like scared of like what Trump supporters are going to do, and then Trump supporters are like, shit. Well, if Biden wins, well, fucking, he's going to take our guns away, and then everyone else is like,
That's just the thing, man. The guns are not gonna go away.
yeah, your guns will
You're not
be.
gonna get your fucking guns taken away.
It's just going to be like super hard to get one.
Bro, so you're telling me I can't go to Brewing King and I can't get a gun that
Do they
day?
sell
You're
guns?
telling me I gotta get a gun? I gotta wait for 2 weeks?
Yeah, like, fucking, why do you need a gun that badly? That's so suspicious.
But deer season's coming up. I need this gun right now.
You can kill deers at any time, man. They're not gonna go anywhere. They're not gonna fly south.
You can't kill them anytime.
That's
But
true.
We have
That
seasons.
is true.
We have seasons, but
I always forget.
still, let's use some proper time management next. And as Sam Bob would put it, you're not neck enough.
Yeah, we're not
Neck
neck
enough.
enough.
I had a coworker that actually said that because he was a redneck from Bloomington.
Hey, neck enough, boy.
Yeah.
Rednecks from Bloomington is basically
It's
like
sad as shit.
you're driving your mom's Envoy around,
Yeah.
blasting country rap.
Who drives an Envoy anymore?
fucking. What we just
If it's your
said.
mom's car, you don't have a choice.
The Aztec, the Pontiac Aztec, like Breaking Bad. You
That's
drive them
it.
around.
Yeah, you guys drive Pontiac Aztec and you're driving and you're bumping fucking country rap.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The worst
Yeah.
thing fucking invented country rap. I hope there's 1,000 dislikes on this video because I said that.
What the fuck?
that affects us.
I know, but
Honestly, I.
but
feel
now
like-
you know who you're not for.
Ryan, what do you
Country
think? Ryan, what do you think? You see the downloads. What do you think the ratio is of people that in Indiana? Do you have statewide?
Yeah, Indiana is one of the highest. I think it goes.
It's because people know us.
It's India, California, Indiana.
Ah, dude, they're number 3. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
That's
No,
okay.
we are. We just broke. We'll do this later, but we just broke the highest downloads we've ever had for last month for October.
Damn, nice.
So, which is awesome. Which I'll give you a shout out later. But let's get into some news topics.
Me first.
Oh my god. Okay. Whatever.
So I don't know if anybody invests in stocks or anything, but I've seen this before. It's Afria, which is a marijuana company, Canadian marijuana company. Since we talk about beer on this podcast quite a bit, their stock jumped up 10% after they agreed to pay $300 million for longtime Atlanta brewery Sweetwater.
Oh, I love Sweetwater.
Yeah, so Afria Inc. is jumping.
Why are they paying them?
They're buying their company.
What?
Yeah.
So what is Afria?
It's a marijuana stock, a Canadian marijuana stock.
So they're gonna start brewing marijuana with Sweetwater.
Well,
Right.
I don't know what they're doing, but
I'm gonna keep talking.
that's
Okay.
fine.
I have nothing to add to this.
So,
This is the perfect time to be.
so the Canadian Cannabis Company announces its plans to acquire Atlanta Sweetwater Brewing Co. for at least $300 million, marrying alongside serving craft brewery known for its 420 labeled beer and its pot industry. While
Hell yeah, dude! I love Sweetwater 420. The 420 IPA, so fucking good.
They say that it smells like pot. That's why it's called 420.
God.
Maybe a certain one.
The 420 IPA, they have it's Sweetwater 420. They have many different varieties of the 420 IPA. They have a double dry hop. They have a bunch of them. But the Sweetwater beer itself it's so good. It's Atlanta, and it's themed after fish. Like, what screams marijuana? What about fish screams marijuana? It's just like, you know what makes me really want to light up a fucking doobie? This rainbow trout.
Probably, honestly, Canada. That's what they do, man.
I think that's, so the 420, see, I've had it, and it's an earthy taste. I wouldn't say weed. I wouldn't say marijuana.
Right.
But the 420, I'm not sure where the 420 comes from.
But you had it right. That is why they're buying it. Their 420 brand is offering Sweetwater. 420, their Afria's cannabis business is creating a mutual opportunity to accelerate the expansion into other cannabis/beverage related products in U.S. and Canada.
See, no, we've had a hemp flavored beer, and it was actually really good.
But I did see that with the election and everything, New Jersey did just vote legal marijuana for adult use in New Jersey, so it's legal in New Jersey.
All right, it's for adults only, no kids.
Right.
I want a seared ham and cheese sandwich, a broiled ham and cheese sandwich,
And a blunt.
with a fried egg and a blunt. Sam Bob, hey, in the next 5 years, man, you might be serving up doobies with your steak and onion rings.
Yeah, I might be fucking
Medical
smoking
marijuana
it.
meals.
God, I would love to smoke.
Oh, the chef's here. So,
You just like see Sam Bob in the back, and he just like pulls a joint from out of his ear, and he's like, steak medium rare? All right.
I watched Ratatouille recently, and it was like a little bit after I started cooking again for like a restaurant, and I was like, this movie's so unrealistic. At no point does the rat step outside, smoke a cigarette, and just rub his head going, fuck. Like, they always make cooking like this super romantic thing, and I get it, he loves cooking. But like, I've met chefs that love cooking. They hate rush time so much.
Yeah.
right.
And also, there's only like 5 cooks in there. What the fuck? Who's doing the dishes? I have questions.
Who's doing the dishes?
It was supposed to be LeFou or whatever the redhead kid's name is. And he becomes a cook. And that is the most realistic thing, is like, they don't have enough cooks and they're like, dishwasher, you're on veg. You're on veg.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, shit.
So, okay, so this is on CNN. So a Colorado woman has been cited after her pet deer gored a woman while walking her dog.
Fucking what?
It's a
Yeah.
pet deer.
Yeah, pet deer. So in Colorado Springs, Colorado, just outside of that, in a park, a woman is cited with 2 misdemeanors for illegally raising a young deer that attacked and gored one of her neighbors.
Deer are fucking violent, dude.
So
no one talks about that.
So the buck attacked the woman walking her dog in a park. The woman was surprised when the deer started following her on her walk. So it was stalking her. So the deer then knocked the woman down and gored her with its antlers. She tried to run away, but the deer repeatedly knocked her down and continued to gore her. Finally, she made it home, but the deer did not stop until she made it between the two
Does
cars
gore
in the
mean
garage.
impale or just like...
Gore just means basically like you're getting
Stabbed,
you're
kind
getting
of.
stabbed.
Yeah,
You're
that's
basically
like-
getting bluntly stabbed by antlers.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I feel like impaled is like all the way through.
Which some people, and here's a picture of the actual antler.
shit.
Fucking got her.
Yeah, so...
Did they kill the deer?
They euthanized the deer. So, but see, the deer...
Wait, does that mean they shot it, or they just, like, gave him
Euthanized means they killed it.
Yeah.
Gave him a little shot,
No. So,
blow its head off.
basically, the deer didn't stop until she made it into her garage, and the deer couldn't go any farther.
Really?
It followed her all the way home. What I was wondering, nobody talked about the dog. What'd the dog do?
Yeah.
It's probably some yippy fucking Yorkie, and it's just like, burp, 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 the whole fucking
Well,
time.
I get it, but if you're going to have a pet deer, like, why not just cut the antlers off so you don't worry
Yeah.
about that shit?
So she suffered serious lacerations to her
Maybe
head.
it was like some people have a pet cat, but really the cat just shows up and eats the food and leave. It's
Right.
probably like that.
Well, I know some people do have a pet deer and they put collars on them and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
This is a little bit different, though. I'll explain it here in a minute. So she suffered serious lacerations to her head, cheeks, legs, and also additional bruises.
Damn.
She was treated overnight in a local hospital. The deer even approached the wildlife officer who came to investigate the incident. The deer was euthanized and took to the health lab to test for rabies and other diseases. Tynette Housley, 73 years old, is the woman who is charged with the violations.
She's
the two
73?
misdemeanors. Yes. She told officials that she brought the day-old fawn into her home over a year ago. The charges are fine with only just over $1,000. This lady could have died.
Well, she's going to get a lot of... She's going to get sued by this lady.
Yeah. So Frank
Got fucked
McGee, the wildlife manager, said, "Whoa, we can't say it enough. Wild animals are not pets."
Right.
It's like when Trump said, "You can drink fucking hand sanitizer, rubbing alcohol,"
And when everyone was like, "What are you talking about?"
It's just like we can, and then like a bunch of people were hospitalized in like fucking Michigan.
Wait,
or
they actually
something.
did that?
Yeah. What state was that in?
He didn't say you could drink it. It was in Michigan.
Oh, was it bleach?
Oh, it was in Jet. It was in Jet.
It was that thing that they said that. Okay, these are two different stories. The first one was that this so-called it had a scientific name that he called it, said it might be able to cure COVID, keep you from getting it, whatever. And these people just went and bought it and was like eating it or injecting it or whatever. Don't listen to somebody and they're just like, why don't you fucking do a little research on it first before you inject yourself with it?
Yes.
This other story is, it was saying people were drinking it to get drunk.
It was like this one was Trump said this cleaning product cures COVID, so they were fucking drinking it.
That's not what it was. It was people, it was mainly homeless people, I'm pretty sure is what it was. But because of the mass produce of hand sanitizer, some of them that were making illegally, they weren't making it illegally.
No. This was, you're getting it a little bit twisted. This was an article that we did, and the Senate,
we did
governor,
two of them then.
The governor of the state said, "You cannot ingest this. Do not ingest this. I shouldn't even be saying this. Don't ingest this because it's a cleaning product."
I know, but it said other ones was people were doing it to get drunk. But
No, that's different. This is because
companies were making it to make money,
Yeah.
and it was made with like wood oil,
No.
and it would poison you.
No, we ain't talking about that. We're talking about dumb fucks that the president says. That
Well, it's the
this
same
is
thing.
okay.
Who drinks hand sanitizer anyway?
People that don't want COVID.
It's got chemicals in it.
Who brings a fucking deer home and then raises it like a fucking dog?
Well, where was this at?
Colorado.
Yeah, it makes
In
sense.
Colorado.
So basically
She's retired. She deserves a pet deer.
So the wildlife manager said feeding deer habituates them to humans, which in turn they lose their fear of them, which leads to these types of situations. Injured wildlife should be taken to licensed wildlife rehabilitators. Yeah. So do not keep a fucking deer or it will murder your neighbor.
Well, it didn't murder. It didn't murder.
It almost murdered her.
It
almost murdered her. Murdered her. Do we got time for one more?
Yep, sure do.
All right, let's see.
Are we talking about the election?
No, we're not going to talk about the election.
Oh, Biden's up.
We'll do this one. So, local news. So, a high school student in Indiana was listed as black guy.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Black guy.
Sid's probably, I think she said she might teach at this school, but they said, like, in their yearbook, there's one black kid, and they just labeled it black guy. And I'm sorry if I'm spoiling this.
No, it's okay.
No, you're all right. Go ahead.
Like, it wasn't a student. It wasn't a person on the year committee. It was like a teacher doing a joke because he wanted to look cool in front of his students. I think that's why he did it. I'm pretty sure it was a teacher.
This is not cool.
No, it's not cool. It's fucked up, man.
Is this like 20 minutes away, Brown County?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
So a high school student was listed as a black guy in the yearbook. The Brown County High School superintendent apologized after a student was simply named "black guy" in quotes in the 2020 yearbook. So Laura Hammock posted a video addressing the incident. She stated that it is a truly incomprehensive statement included in it, and we are currently trying to better understand what the situation is all about.
Obviously, he's the only black guy at this school.
The high school, this is the superintendent, Laura Hammock, but the school itself, the high school itself is majority white. It has a majority of white people, white students. So she stated that, so the words appear with the photo of a black student. It was in the section of one of the school's basketball teams.
Oh, my bad.
She continued that this is a clear violation.
Like where they show like people playing sports and it's just like...
It's like Billy Newman,
it's like,
Tyler Newberry, black guy.
Yeah, it's like...
Jerry Arbuckle.
That's how it's like John Smith, 26, dribbles for layup. Covered by black guy.
Jesus. Dude,
this is fucking insane. This is literally, it's just like, okay, rough draft for like when Sam Bob makes his book, he's like, 15-year-old boy, wolf boy.
Yeah.
He's like, grown man, 33. And he's like, black guy.
Surprise character, black guy.
Yeah.
He's like, black guy in diner.
Oh,
but it's like, this is
but
crazy.
These are real people.
92.2% of the school was white.
These are real people in Indiana, in a town 20 minutes away from here.
20 minutes away.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. God.
So, basically, it was in the section of the school's basketball teams. She continued that this is a clear violation of the school's non-discrimination policy. And it has occurred, and that then an internal investigation is being executed.
Why do they need to invest? Like, oh, did you do the thing? Oh, you did? Okay.
Who's in charge of the yearbook? Oh, Billy Smith. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
You're fired. You're fired.
Go work at the retirement home with Sam Bob.
I think, like, Sid read it too. I think they didn't fire him. I think he got 2-week suspension with no pay. And it's like, fucking fire him. What do you do?
Was the teacher a black guy or a white guy?
It was definitely a white guy. I don't see another black guy being like,
black guy.
hey, guys, this hilarious.
But like, we're nothing.
Hey, Jerry, come check this out. Look, black guy.
Yeah.
No, there was this, there was another situation like a year ago at this same school that like the football coach, a picture surfaced of him going to like a Halloween party like 10 years ago, and he was Bob Marley and he was in blackface. Same school.
No.
So this has been
Pick somebody else.
So she added the district is exploring possibilities to reprint the book given the added cost.
Just that one page. Just the one page.
Yeah. So this has been a hard day, but even harder for a student and their family. A book is put together each year in the yearbook class, but it's still unclear how this happened. So
obviously somebody didn't proofread it.
Yeah. But yeah,
obviously somebody did it as a fucking joke, and they're just like, "Oh wait, I don't want to be a racist piece of shit."
Did it say who did it?
No, there was no further investigation at all to it. There's nothing. No.
They probably don't want to say.
Yeah, they probably don't want to say. I mean, honestly, it was probably a fucking joke from one of the other students, and they're just like, "Oh wait, hey, we printed that today. No, I forgot to fucking take the black guy off."
Sid was telling me it was like a teacher. Like I remember that specifically, but I don't know how true it is. But God, if it's a teacher, oh my God, dude, that.
I'm gonna see if I can like come up with something.
It says now Dr. Laura Hammock says they know who is responsible for the racist comment. So it says they know who it is.
Wow. They might have made an article and then taken it out. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
So it's a basketball picture. It just says black guy.
Yeah,
they have a picture right here.
It's fucked up. Dude, like, how do you even... Like, that's not even, like, a joke, you know? Like,
no, that's not even... Literally. Okay, so they're...
It's
okay.
in all caps, too.
Okay, so there is this picture. This picture is blurry, obviously, because they're minors. I believe there's only one black guy on this. One black.
It's kind of hard to see.
I believe it looks like there might be. It's blurry, but it looks like there might be only one black student on this team.
I remember it was. Well, they're keeping their names out of the.
Rather, they blurred the names, they blurred the images, but I believe there might just only be one black student on this team.
Yeah.
But literally, you fucked up. Like, I feel like out of all the white kids, you could just put like white guy, and then it'd just be, oh, you call me white guy, and they didn't use my real name. Okay, whatever. Let's just reprint. And then, but the one black student on the basketball team, probably, he's just like, oh, black guy, funny. No, it's not. It's sad that it's happening in 2020. It really is.
It's sad that it's like, because
you said that your girlfriend was thinking about teaching there.
Well, yeah, maybe student teaching. I'm not.
And your girlfriend is a black woman.
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying. I think she changed it. It
probably is smart.
I'm giving out a lot of information.
Well, it's probably a smart idea. I mean, nobody from this podcast is gonna get anything that. Oh, Sam Bob's dating a black woman, and she wants to be a teacher. That's not.
Working at that school, it'd be kind of obvious because only 92.2%.
Well, she was talking about it. She was like, man, I'm so worried that like if something happens, like they're just gonna be like black girl, or like they'll be racist to her, and like you can't yell at kids. You can't be like, listen up, you fucker. Like, you have to be nice to them. Mm-hmm. Like, if it was an adult, because my biggest fear is when she first told me she was teaching, I think she saw Bedford as an option, and I was, like, terrified. Right. Like, my heart stopped because I'm like, no.
I think maybe she should. I think it sucks to say that. But honestly, we're from a small town in Indiana, and maybe I feel like you would probably feel more comfortable with her being in a more progressive town, or any other town that doesn't have a bad rap.
But like we've got like she like gas is a thing, and like we got to figure out what's close to us, and like it's hard to get into the Bloomington schools,
right?
So she can't go to Indy, so it's like she has to go kind of with these small
somewhere closer. I understand that.
Yeah.
And it's just, I feel like it's one of those things where you worry, you're just like, no, don't go here. But it's one of those things.
People are fucking assholes, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you don't think about these things until like there was a lot I didn't think about.
It's different because we're not black.
Yeah, and like, I'm not racist, which it makes it sound like I'm gonna say something racist.
Right.
But, like, there are things, like, I thought I was a pretty woke dude in Bedford standards. I kinda am.
Right.
But, like, fucking Sid was talking to me about something, and it was this news story that I had no idea about. It was about Breonna Taylor, a woman who got shot, and it was really sad, and I was like, I don't read a lot of those articles. And she got kind of mad for a little bit because she's like, I'm not really mad at you. It's just like, you have the option to not read that stuff and not listen to it. For me,
it affects her personally.
It affects like all this stuff. Like it affects her personally because it's not like she can be like, oh, this happened to a black person, but I wasn't that black person, so it doesn't matter. It, like, fucking matters.
Right, exactly. And I think it's because it's come from many years of oppression and many years of this continuation of these bullshit things happening.
Yeah. Like,
to where it's a personal matter.
Yeah.
And that's how people feel about it. And that's why people are so angry about it. Yeah. And I respect that. I respect the fact that she doesn't get angry with you about it and that she loves you enough to.
I feel like she knows, though.
She's got a little angry. Because Sid, she's not. I've talked to her about this. Like, in my family, we just yelled. We just yelled and we got it over with.
Right.
Instead, she just gets kind of quiet. And that's so much worse.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to deal with
it. And then it makes you uncomfortable because
she gets quiet and doesn't want to talk to you.
If I yell at her or if I say stop being quiet, I'm the asshole.
Right.
And like it's just like kind of guilt. And
I understand it. I understand, or I don't understand her pain, but I want to do better about it, you know?
Right. You probably never fully grasp the situation, but you can get an idea.
All somebody can do is try their best to understand.
Yeah.
And I feel like that should be acceptable for everybody.
It should be.
As long as you try your best and you're doing the best that you absolutely can.
Yeah. And you're not, like, making excuses like, blah, blah, like, like, we were talking the other day why, like, and regardless who you're voting for, you should vote. But fucking, we were talking the other day, and she said, you know what pisses me off is, like, when people don't vote because they say they don't know what's happening. And she's like, fucking learn. Fucking, like, the information's there. It's in your pocket. Just learn.
Right.
And I work with a guy who's like, I don't read anything about politics or do anything with that. I'm like, dude, just do a little bit. Like, you don't just want, like...
Google search.
Yeah, Google search, 5 minutes. 5 minutes of your day, just go like, okay.
Like, that's us. We don't like to talk about it. We don't really do research or anything, but we know what's going on.
But yeah, you're not, like, hiding under your head.
No.
If you really wanted to find out whose views are what... Just search it.
Yeah.
Literally, I looked it up the other day because I was just interested. In, hey, what are these like other alternative parties? What are their views?
Yeah.
Opposed to the main two, obviously. And I looked it up and it literally had, this person has these views.
Right.
This person has these views. And it literally went down the fucking line.
And like we try to learn, like I'm trying to learn like genders because I don't get it sometimes. And like we looked up the LGBTQIA. I never knew what the plus stand for. It was like LGBTQIA. It was IA, IA.
Right.
And we just started learning we talked about genders for like 20 minutes or something.
I think we talked about genders for the majority of the podcast.
Yeah. Because I heard there was like 27 different genders.
I have trouble with that. I have trouble with they, them a lot of times. Like, I'll say her or him, and I'm trying to do better.
Mainly, I just go with the person's name, whatever their name they go by.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot easier not to mess it up, which I don't want to mess it up because if I was in that situation, I wouldn't want anybody else to mess it up.
Right.
Yeah.
And you would get sick of having to correct people.
And I get it too because so many people call me Cody. And after so long, it's not funny, Sambo. After so long,
I swear to God.
like after like legit thousands of times being called Cody, I'm just like, I'm over it. And I can get you identify as a man, but you're actually a female. And it's just, people call you she all the time.
Right. You were born as a female, but you identify as a man. It's just one of those things where it's still new, and
I feel like you can't get mad. I feel like you can't get too upset with people because they don't know.
The people I know, they don't get mad.
But it is like that Cody and Ryan thing, Like, like, it's happened so many times that you're just like...
And it's like, Jesus Christ,
right.
here we go.
Yeah, that's...
Especially if
I get it.
Especially if you're in the Midwest, especially in Indiana... We're in the Bible Belt, bro. We've got just as many bars as we do fucking churches.
Well, Bedford has only 2 bars and 40, I think like 47 churches. I want to say that's right.
I know that,
And some of you might think we're exaggerating. No, that's how many, like,
it's
fucking...
legit.
It's legit.
Yeah.
But here, it is a progressive city, and it's just like, literally, the churches were first, and then the bars came, and now there's just as many.
Yeah.
And it's like a clash because there's a rise in this alternative progressive style of
We're all
culture.
trying to learn.
Yeah. And then you have the traditional side.
It's different.
Yeah.
You got older people who are still on that side. They're just like, well, we
Yeah.
kind of grew up with slavery. We had a slave in our house.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like a lot of those people are dead now. But
they should be.
They're still kind of...
But like still, there was segregation when a lot of those people were kids.
Yeah, like,
So
like my girlfriend's grandmother was around for segregation.
Yeah.
Really?
And like all that. Yeah, it's fucking...
So she remembers all of it.
Yeah, and like that wasn't... What was that? Like less than 100 years ago?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
It was
at
like,
all.
it was within... it was probably... it was within 100 years.
Yeah, like it's...
I want to say like 80 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like fucking not too long. And then even after segregation, there was still like, like the woman, like like, gay marriage is so fucking new, but a lot of people who are, like, sick of hearing about gay people and blah, 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 and acting like gay people just showed up the moment Obama was like...
They've always been around, but
gay people
nobody...
have existed since the beginning of time.
Yeah, you had to hide it.
Yeah, and fucking... Like, that's how people treat this sometimes. Like, oh, well, it's over now. King solved it all. No, it fucking hasn't. There was not an episode. I don't know if you're familiar with the show Steven Universe.
Yeah.
But they made, like, a PSA of, like, the PSA is these two boys. They're going down a slide. One of them's a black boy. And one of them says, I can't wait until we're married. And then another white kid shows up, and he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Black and white people can't get married, which is kind of a little funny to me because it's already like these two kids are gay, and he has a problem with the race thing, and it's like, all right, or whatever. But then, like, there's like there's like a PSA in the PSA, and like, it ends with like Garnet showing up, which is one of my favorite crystal gems. And she's like, hey kids, stop being racist. Black and white people can be married. And they're like, yay! And then like that part ends, but then it shows like the kids going off to the side and you see like a camera. Like it's framed like they were filming a PSA, and then one kid's like, this never really happens, and he's like on his phone, and like the two other kids are like, no, this happens, and he's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And then like Garnet's like, don't be racist, and it's just like, yeah, and it's like, yeah, you gotta remember, like, no, this shit still happens, guys.
Right. It still does.
It may not happen in front of you, it just happens.
No, the best thing you can do is honestly just do your research. I mean, honestly, just look it up.
Everybody love everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what gender you are, what your sexual orientation is, who you call yourself. You're a person, you have feelings, and you should treat everybody just like that.
Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Treat people as a person.
And that is the episode, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, India. Thank you, US. Thank you, everybody. We love you guys so much. Of course, we couldn't do this episode without you. Thanks, Sam Bob, for coming in. Yeah. Always a fucking pleasure. I had a blast this episode. I still can't quit thinking about the fart. But we appreciate you so much, guys. Again, stay safe out there. It's still crazy. Wear your mask, whatever. Just be all right. And everybody love everybody. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. Can I just promote Sidewalk Tot Show one more time?
Sure can.
Sidewalk Tot Show, we have our second episode out. If you Google Sidewalk Tot Show, it's like the third one you find. Please subscribe to the channel, Evan Friends, and give us a like and a comment, please. That really helps us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
So thank you again, Sam Bob, for coming in. We appreciate you, the OG of guests on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. This has been my favorite podcast.
I don't know if this is the correct beer to announce after we just had that conversation, but please go and get some of the Florida Cracker from Cigar City Brewing Co. of Tampa Bay, Florida. It is a very good beer. I've had a few of them on here tonight with Sam Bob on the episode. So please go and get some of that. Go and get all Cigar City Brewing Co. has to offer. Please keep your coleslaw extra wet.
Yes.
Get a good beer. Read a good book. And remember, kids, just please remember to only subscribe to this podcast. Join our pig milking cult because we are taking everybody with us to Mars or wherever we're going. Be the person your dog thinks you are. And remember, when life gets hard and life gets you down, milk that motherfucking pig, everybody.
Peace.
We out.